오버워치 에이펙스 리그 첫 경기 첫 승자이죠. 프레시 러스팀 에키노 선수 모시겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to have an interview with Ikino.
에이펙스 첫 승을 챙기면서 이 자리에 오셨습니다.
So you guys got your first win today and got yourself onto this position. So what are you feeling right now? We came from Busan all the way to Seoul, so it feels pretty cool here.
그냥 만족만 하세요? 이거 별로 안
So they're very satisfied with their win today.
오늘 굉장히 멋진 모습 많이 보여주셨어요.
You showed us a lot of cool and awesome moves and plans and
다들 난리 다니셨는데
strategies. Tracer, Reaper, Mei.
다 섭렵하셨습니다. 영웅 폭도
You have played all of these characters.
영웅 고르는 기준이 어떻게 되세요?
Which one was your favorite? And he says, you know, it all depends on the opponent's composition. You have to adjust your play to the opponent.
상대에서 나를 볼 수 있는 캐릭터가 없으면 거의 위도우를 픽하는 편입니다.
멋진데요.
That's very awesome.
네, 원래 잘 안 하시는데 그죠?
네.
굉장해서 굉장히 멋진 모습 많이 보여주셔서 굉장히 뜻깊었고 그 3세트 아누비스 신전에서
In the third set in Anubis,
리퍼 죽음의 꽃이 낙하하면서 아주 기가 막히게
as you parachuted down with the Death Blossom,
설명해 주신다면요. 이제 곧 나오는데요.
we'll check out the highlight really quick.
공이 저밖에 없어서 거의 이때 한번 끌어먹어보자고요.
Unfortunately, since I was the only one with the ultimate, I had to go down and try to get rid of everybody, and I got lucky to get those kills.
대단했던 것 같아요. 굉장히 기분 좋으셨죠?
네.
And he must have felt really good, and he was like, yeah.
4세트 도라도 공격 직면에서 마지막
And in Dorado, in the fourth set,
네.
그때 무슨 생각이셨어요?
what were you
진짜
thinking?
이 판을 꼭 이겨보고 싶다.
I really want to win this set. I really do, is what he was thinking. That was the only thought that was going through my mind.
어때죠? 이 판을 이기자라는 그 의지가 정말 멋진 장면 하나 남겨줬네요.
That was a very
만족합니다.
네.
great video, and he's very satisfied to see
평균
it.
연령이 굉장히 낮은 편이에요.
네.
한 명 빼고 전부 10대라고 하는데
네.
네, 나이가 본인도 어리시죠?
저는
So she's talking about the team and the average age of the entire team, and they're very young. They're all in their teens,
담당하고 있는
and the youngest member is
사용하고 있는
Hyun.
그쵸?
재혁이 이 선수입니다. 네.
재혁이.
신지혁 선수입니다.
네, 나이가 어려서 팀 분위기나 이런 것들이 굉장히 장점이 많을 것 같아요.
네.
And since you guys are young, do you think that has
언제나 그렇게
an effect on the team spirit?
먼저 그래서 약간 다른 팀은 멘탈이 약하다는 편이 많아서 저희 팀은 그런 게 없고 그냥 멘탈 강하고 욕도 잘 안 하는 편이고 남이 잘못 실수해도
So you're saying that our mentality, our mental game is very strong compared to other teams because we don't have to worry about other teams thinking, oh, you know, their mentality is weak and go for that advantage. They just don't think about it, and that affects their team play and make it more solid.
저희는 조합을 갖고 가면서 제일 안정적인 조합이 리퍼를 꼭 넣으면서 트레이서나 겐지를 견제하면서 게임을 하기 때문에
So our bread and butter is to have Reaper and Tracer and try to go in that way with Genji as well.
그런 서로 간의 전략 담당이 딱 정해져 있겠네요.
네. 거의
Is that synergy something planned out all the time before? Is it practiced? And he says yes.
만약에 내가 좀 말린다 이런 게 있으면 저희 쪽 딜러분인 햄토이님이 거의 바꿔주신.
Alright, so if our deal isn't, or if our plans don't go to fruition, we normally try to just switch it away right away into a tank.
잘한다라기보다는 여러 가지를 다 적당히 한다, 못한다 이 정도 그것밖에 안 돼요.
When we try to think about our gameplay, we don't want to think that we are the best. We want to say that we are better than the other team or not as bad.
재량이 들어 있겠네요.
네.
네. 그것도 쉽지 않을 텐데.
고를 때마다 내가 이걸 해도 맞나? 이런 고민을 많이 하는데 저희 탱커 오더분이 잘 지적해 주셔서.
Alright, our team leader actually does a very good job to raise the team spirit when one of the dealers goes and starts thinking about whether or not they did a good job. The team leader would say, no, it's fine, and raise up the team spirit. So you guys came up from Busan, South Korea, so who would you like to give thanks to for this win?
저희 채태혁 선생님이 오버워치를 시작하게 했고 저를 여기까지 이끌어준 것 같습니다.
And he wants to give thanks to our teacher for allowing us to play Overwatch and allowing us to get to this situation and this position today.
저희 학교에서 좀 수업할 때
At school, that is. His teacher at
영상 좀
school.
많이 보여줬으면 좋겠습니다.
아, 수업할 때 최태호 선생님 수업 시간에 영상 좀 많이 보여달라고 하십니다. 네, 오늘 인터뷰
And
감사합니다.
he also wants to add to a little note to his teacher, can you please show us a little bit more videos at school during the class? And that was it. That's the interview for today.
Today's matchup, BK Stars, Team Kongdoo Unsia.
All right, guys, welcome back to Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1. I'm Doa. With me is Monte Cristo, as always. I say as always, but it's only a second match ever, but it's going to be as always.
Yes, we're here for the whole tournament. You
That's
guys
right.
have to put up with us the entire time.
Oh, yes, and you'll like it too. BK Stars versus Kongdoo Unsia is going to be our second match of the night.
You know what I like, Doa?
What do you like?
Those Kongdoo jumpsuits.
Do
that
ya?
is an esports uniform idea that I have never seen before. I guess they're going for the mechanic look.
You could do that, or you could like go skydiving after you play your match too.
I mean, if you think about it, jerseys don't make sense because there's very little physical activity involved in
point.
esports. So I figure that, you're not going to use the jumpsuit for its intended purpose of keeping your clothes underneath clean.
Yeah.
So since the jersey isn't being used for its intended purpose, why not wear a jumpsuit, really? It makes about the same amount of sense.
By the same token, you're not going to be jumping a lot when you're wearing it in the booth, so you can kind of wear whatever you want in esports, really, when it comes down to it.
Maybe they'll take a dive.
Except cat ears. We learned that the line is drawn at cat ears. The GE Tigers back then showed us that.
Is the line drawn at cat ears? That was one of their most memorable
But after
moments
that-
of all time.
After that, then then like the tournament
hammer
organizers
came
stepped in. They were
down.
like, no, too much, too much. No cat ears anymore. We want some dignity in this video game tournament.
To be fair, they did force them to have only, I believe, 2 uniforms, and they could have chosen the cat ear one, but I don't think you want to get stuck in that one all season. I think that was really the deal breaker.
They need the full body jumpsuits. That's what we've discovered they need now. Yeah. Well, BK Stars versus Kongdoo Unsia. Obviously, Kongdoo, the only organization with both of their teams in the tournament. They both qualified. Kongdoo Panthera and Kongdoo Unsia. Panthera Unsia. It's a scientific name for snow leopard. There you go. Now you know where the names are from.
They could have just called one snow and the other leopard.
That's true, I guess. And Unsia is a little bit confusing because Unsia is also an old Roman coin worth approximately 1/12 of an ass. An ass was a Roman coin used in the Republic.
It's also me. Or I suppose
there you
if
go.
you're Valve, it's too good.
Worth one. We won't be working with him anymore. That's for sure. Well, let's take a look at the rosters. Your BK Stars, of course. Bokim's there on your screen. Won't be playing today. He is the guy who made this team. He's a famous streamer that this team is named after, but he's also pretty bad at the game. So luckily, putting himself on the bench, got some players who are better than him. We've heard in the qualifiers it was him and 5 really good players, and they just kind of 5v6 their way through it.
I feel like in the history of esports, people could have learned from Bokyum, and actually player owners benched themselves far earlier than perhaps they did. I think this is showing Bokyum has learned from the mistakes of the past.
Hey, at least he didn't say he was better than Faker before he decided to bench himself, you know? There's a line, once again. So, BK Stars, again, a pretty unknown team. They had to play a tiebreaker best of 3 just to get out of the qualifiers into the tournament. They played against a team called GH2. We don't know a lot about. Those guys are, obviously not in the tournament. But they did beat LW Blue. And LW Blue and Red are 2 of the other better teams in Korea right now. Red,
so
obviously,
we thought.
Yeah, Red should be superior, even though Blue was the one to actually end up getting into the tournament. But BK Stars did win a match against them on their way here, so they obviously have some sort of skill. Hard to say, though, yet. Their opponents, Kongdoo Uncia. Are they a Roman coin? Are they part of a snow leopard? Are they going to win this match? We don't know the answers to any of those questions, but we're going to find out.
They're half a snow leopard.
That's right. Well, which half? We'll find out. Maybe the Roman coin gives us a clue.
Ooh, nice.
There you go.
Way to put it all together there, Noah.
We've come full circle now. So these guys in the qualifiers, they did go 1-1 with Team Runaway, and Runaway is a team that in a big upset prevented LW Red, Luxury Watch Red, from qualifying for this tournament. If you're not familiar with LW Red, they're the team that has a very famous Korean Widowmaker player, Pine, on their squad.
Yeah, very good player. Now, when we look at Oncia, they did split matches with LW Red, and they did win 2 matches against Africa Freaks Red. All of these teams were in the same, they hit each other in the qualifiers. Those are, taking out Africa Red twice really does say a lot, I think, for Kongdoo Uncia. And their sister team, Panthera, did just win the Danhwa X tournament. So.
That's true. And the Kongdoo teams have participated in other online leagues in North America, some of the Alienware stuff. So people have seen these guys play. And just so you get it completely, Uncia used to be Kongdoo number 2. And Panthera used to be Kongdoo number 1. They used to be just Kongdoo 1 and 2 until this tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited about Kongdoo Uncia. I have to say I'm a little bit more excited about Panthera given their recent win and the fact that they have the number 1 ladder player in the world and Evermore on that roster, Roadhog main. But enough about not Uncia.
It's going to be cool. BK SARS versus Kongdoo Uncia. Map 1, we're going to Ilios. Let's get in the game.
I get it.
Well, the Korean casters really had a lot to say before that one, apparently. Jeez.
You have
Needed
to-
a couple of. We needed
Battleground.
A Shakespearean monologue
It was.
before the game started right there.
Alas, por Lucio, I knew him well.
I knew him.
Harambe. I knew him, Harambe.
There you
I feel
go.
like I need to squeeze him.
Yeah, I knew him. Harambe. I knew him well is a misquote of
I'm
Hamlet.
sorry.
Sorry, it just tilts me.
I wasn't an English / theater / smart guy stuff major like you were. I did art. BK Stars versus Kongdoo Uncia. We're going to start things out on Ilios. It's the lighthouse, but this is a beacon of death, drawing people ever closer to their demise. Looks like Uncia gets on the point first. We'll see if they can hold it.
Yeah, we're seeing the Zarya Tracer combos come in, of course. Instant rush there, and we're going to lock in 5.
Yep.
Pick already onto BK Stars. Another one falls, so man advantage right now for
goodbye.
Uncia. Bunny manages to find himself
You know,
without a
hopping-
recall off the map.
Hopping is what bunnies do, but they're not lemmings. He needs to rename himself or not confuse himself with lemmings. One of the
There you
two
go.
things. Either way, strong start for Uncia, and on this point, like many in Ilios, it's easy to kind of hold the route you come from spawn, so we'll see how well they can do that.
Yeah, Dohyun at the end there committed seppuku, and it was honorable. It was an honorable death, just a reset right there.
Yeah.
Coming back again with the Genji. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage, getting shot right in the butt by the Ana though.
Here we go again, and they're going to go a nano boost to Winston as they dive into the point here. Zarya Shield's doing work. Meanwhile, Bird Ring pops the Pops the ultimate to try to clear things out. It looks like it will be a health point, probably for Kongdoo Unseo, unless Alarm has something to say about it here.
Reaper flying around.
Alarm!
Trying to get to that 250 health back. Does
he knew he was going
manage
to get
successful, so Reaper will pick that one up. But BK Stars actually getting that point. It did look like a good counter sound barrier and Death Blossom at the start of that fight to the nano boosted Winston, but we were kind of chasing the Winston around right there, so I'm not sure exactly what caused the deaths on the point.
It's hard to say. The Reaper ult did do a whole lot. Sound barrier dropped by BK Stars as they try their first defensive hold of the game. Birdring coming in with that Reaper. He is nano boosted. Gets the Death Blossom and he decides to take a nap. I don't think he decided to take that nap. It was a forcible nap into death. He'll never wake up. Doyun though finding the kill onto Dance. DNCE, we're told it's pronounced Dance.
Yeah.
But if he, after that death, we might just have to call him Dunce. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Just
It's a little harsh,
I call him
though.
like I see it. I call him like I see it, man.
That's right. You're the straight. You're the straight shooter of our duo, Doa. That's right.
I may not be in the McCree main, but I am in real life. That didn't make any sense. Just roll with me on this one.
All right. All right, switch up here for Unsea. Coming back with the Pharah, trying to get the long-range rockets into the point here.
All right. That did not do a whole lot. Fatal's still saving his Graviton Surge, though. Drops it. Finds the kill, perhaps. No, doesn't. And Kongdoo struggling. Actually, they do retake the point in that. But the fight was fairly even. Did they knock the Reaper off once? Looking for that. Not finding it, though. Looks like Unsea is having to deal with that, having to deal with the alarm again. It's a one alarm Winston.
Just hammering Funky right in the face right there, no real problem.
Hey, what you do in your free time is your business.
Dance gonna fall right there on the Pharah, but does manage to reset BK Stars. Pretty big ultimate advantage here. They've got to take out the Mercy very quickly with the Dragon Blade if they don't want a huge res coming through from Kongdoo.
Needs to find that Mercy, but that's what the Genji's supposed to do, right? Backing up, anticipation of the engage, sound barrier used. Oh, he has to go back in as Alarm does come from the side. Birdring, though, doing a ton of damage, clearing out the point, now chasing down the remaining members of BK Stars, and things looking very good for Kongdoo Unsea here on point A in Ilios.
Yeah, BK Stars not really having a lot of luck right there. Too many defensive ults. They still hold on to the res also.
Justice range from above. Is it going to be enough? Dance getting the kills with that Pharah, helping Kongdoo Unsea hold it. All they have to do is take Alarm out here. Graviton Surge used. Birdring's going to be able to Wraith walk away. No follow-up at all on the Graviton Surge. Little res comes in from the Mercy in the end, and Lucy, or Lucid rather. Lucy, I don't know. Lucid, Lucy, whatever. Either way,
Well,
it's
I
going to be a
understand the
point
mistake.
Lucid, Mercy,
Well,
Lucy.
exactly. Also, you could have gone with the Lucy in the Sky reference there with the Mercy, but
That's true. Mercy in the sky with healing beams.
the switch to the Pharah there, proving very successful. When you have so many people in that tiny little space on Windmill, can be difficult to deal with the Pharah, can charge up very quickly, get a lot of AoE damage in, and also just has the concussive blast. You can get so many terrain kills on that point there. So turning it around, a judicious use of their support ultimates as well, holding on after the sound barrier was used to the res just for the last point on overtime. And
If teams in this tournament are only allowed to use the Overwatch spray, I'm going to be very sad.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, come on. Give them all the sprays. We're going to have to work on this one, man. We're moving into another point here on Ilios. We'll see if Kongdoo.
Wow, Birdring taken out immediately.
It was fast,
Yeah,
man.
shot in the dome right there by the McCree.
And Doyen got that one.
Now
And this is the
Lucy
best
gonna
of three,
fall.
too.
Wow, that's 3 kills already for the McCree coming in. Dohyun just doing a lot of work right off the bat. Should be an easy first cap for BK Stars as he manages to find his shots from range.
Yep. And the temple taken by BK Stars right off the bat. Now, they were able to grab the first point first as well, but holding on to it, that's a different story here.
Yep.
Charged up Bernard, though.
Yep. Birdring actually just switches over to the Reaper nearly instantaneously in this match.
Makes sense. Dance looking for a kill on this Reinhardt. Reinhardt fleeing the scene of the fight, but he's going to be low either way. Lucid does go down, though, in the back lines. So Kongdoo Unsea are going to fight this one short-handed. Dance still looking for kills. Gets very low, though. Staying alive for the moment. I don't know. Good for the barrage. Oh, he gets earth shattered, though, and that's going to be a pin and a kill. And it looks like BK Stars Well, they were holding for the moment, but now things are starting to turn around. Fatal does go down, though.
Yeah, got to deal with.
Gets a kill. Looks like Kongdoo is going to be able to take this one.
Eventually, but that was a lot of extra time bought by the Tracer. Are going to shove the Lucio back and retake the point here on Ruins.
Birdring.
Birdring actually did a lot of work right there. Now has the Death Blossom up and available. No really useful ults on the side of BK Stars. Maybe they can land an optimistic Graviton and High Noon combination.
Possible. All right, Sound Barrier coming in. BK Stars engaging with that Lucio ultimate. Birdring coming from the side, looking for a chance to use that Death Blossom. Not finding it quite yet. Doesn't really need it. Gets moved away, but forces the Lucio out of the fight as well. Birdring, they have to use it now. All of Kongdoo being taken out. BK Stars looks like they're going to be able to retake this point.
Yeah, bought a lot of time there. They staggered the Sound Barrier with the Zarya ultimate right there just to buy themselves a max amount of time. And as a result, they never gave Birdring an opportunity to go ahead and use that Death Blossom. As soon as the Sound Barrier was running low, that's when the Graviton came out, and they were able to use the Fire Strike and the Zarya grenades into the cluster, pick up those kills, and take the point back over.
Yo, Graviton Surge popped by Kongdoo. Birdring getting in there, getting in with the Death Blossom, not finding any kills though with it. Has he softened BK Stars up enough? Doesn't matter. Uncia takes a point already though. Birdring waiting for kill from McCree, gets it after the Earth Shatter. Meanwhile, Alarm on that Reinhardt now was nano boosted, has to back away at the moment. And Kongdoo looking like they're going to be able to maybe hold this one, but now Bunny coming back with some kills. DK Stars maybe kind of turning this one around a little bit.
Yeah, the Sound Barrier wasn't in line of sight right there, so Bunny was able to pick up a free kill in the pit. Now just trying to drag this one out, retake the point here, but Panker actually going to get back in right now and keep the percents ticking up for Uncia.
That's right. BK Stars still looking on the outside in on this point, and they need to take this one. It's the end. If they don't, okay, they get it back for now, but an even match here on Temple.
Yeah, they did get the pick off right there. Not exactly sure how Bubbly managed to die in that last little engagement, but big advantage, ult advantage now for BK Stars. Only have Birdring to work with right now, trying to get that nano boost and the Graviton Surge up.
The Diva switch from Panker. Interesting. That seems brave. Birdring looking for that nano boost. Reaper ultimate gets a flashbang. I believe that doesn't stop him though from getting 3 kills. Looking for number 4. Dodges Reinhardt. Smooth moves from Birdring. And that Reinhardt finally will fall, and Kongdoo taking that back this point in style. It is 99% though for BK Stars, so they need to hold this.
Yeah, Lucid manages to get that nano boost up right at the end there. Birdring finds himself in a nice position to get 3 kills right off the bat with the Death Blossom combination.
Take that box.
Panker pretty far out from getting a Diva ult right now, so they're going to be not really able to defend that point easily.
All right, Burner coming in. He's got the Lucio shield. There's
Oh
the
my
surge.
lord!
Can they capitalize? Oh, that does it! The Big Bang
man.
will give BK Stars back this point, and that may give them this round.
Wow,
It will.
Another time like we saw
Whoa.
in the last game, the Zarya able just to boost herself to the opposite side with a bit of a plasma bomb jump right there and just rain in from the opposite side of the cluster. Even though the Sound Barrier was there, the combination of the plasma grenade being launched in, and then right as it was ticking down on the downswing, that's when the Big Bang combo comes through. Good patience on the Tracer ult right there, nails the pulse bomb and gets what looked like a 4K there right at the end. The big combo executed very well by BK Stars.
Well, it was certainly the damage they needed to get that team wipe, even if he didn't get all those kills himself. Great play at the end from BK Stars, and that saved them this first match. Let's check that out again. What a moment.
I mean, they shouldn't have been clustered like that in the first place. So that's a positional error right there. You can't all be standing on that ramp when you know that the Zarya ult and the Tracer ult are going to be coming up. So, but capitalized on very nicely by BK Stars, and they just pull it out right at the very end.
And now we are at the well. Kongdoo running the Pharah Mercy combo, pretty popular here. So you get a lot of knock-ins on that well, and also just a lot of vertical space to work with too on that Pharah. There's a McCree on the other side though, so you do need to be a bit careful as you dance.
Yeah, Lucid dies again very early. And there we go, the Ana going to be able to take out Dance.
Yep.
They do have some long-range damage with that McCree right there, but mostly a grounded composition from BK Stars. And now the switch is coming in. Dance actually going to switch over to the Roadhog and try and create some picks.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, with the McCree, it just seems a bit too dangerous. Murdering having to back away there, but Roadhog, such a great hero on this map, at this point specifically. They're trying to fight the Tracer.
Unlucky for the Tracer, gets him down to 2 HP, or he gets the health back, and he does manage to slip through the grasp of Bunny, but lots of ults on the side of BK Stars right now, and there's the Earth Shatter.
Gets a couple with it, looking for more, throws alarm against the wall, has to back off though, misses with the Fire Strike, and they need to keep going to capitalize on that, not taking the point quite
Nano
yet.
boosted Tracer right there,
Yeah.
zipping around so fast.
Ooh, well, he does get 2 out of it.
Man, that is so hard to do also. Tracer's such a fast character anyway. You need very smooth tracking to operate Tracer in the first place, and when you have a 30% speed boost on you at the same time, makes it even harder to land the majority of those shots, but still executed nicely. So Bunny coming through, they've been relying on him to make the big plays on the side of BK Stars.
All right, time for the Deadeye. We'll see if they can grab anything from it. That Graviton Surge used as well, but no Deadeye kills. They just throw the Fire Strike through it from the Reinhardt. Back around instead, Doyan looking for more. Burner on the side, they've got Kongdoo bottled up. No Graviton Surge to use, so still about 70% with that one. Good to go in. Not able to knock anyone out. Earth Shatter used by Reinhardt on Kongdoo Uncia's side. Burner, though, getting 3 with that.
Bunny's flanks have been amazing. He's tying up their back line in such a ridiculous way right now. He's managing to find his way, and once he gets back there, you see the rest of the team follow up on the engage with the Reinhardt charge, pushing them off the point.
Right.
So great zone control here that we're seeing from BK Stars, and they are convincingly crushing well.
I would say so. Burner looking for it now. Sound barrier pop. BK Stars up at 99%. No follow-up really from Kongdoo Uncia on that Graviton Surge. Instead, BK Stars going to win another team fight very convincingly.
Wow.
And this is going to be it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Just one more moment.
Dan switched over to that Tracer, but Bunny is just tearing
GG.
them apart.
Wow. And so, yeah, BK Stars ends up taking map number 1. Ilios is theirs in a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, making it look easy, actually.
Yeah.
Damn, I haven't seen that many teams have the confidence to nano boost their Tracer. But, I mean, when Bunny's capable of delivering these clutch plays, and he can actually, get those long sprays down accurately, even at high speed on the Tracer.
Yeah.
I'll give him a lot of respect for that.
Well, you were seeing Burner and Bunny get like triple kills, and you're like, okay, must have been the big bang, and then they look and they both have their ultimates, yet they were just simply outplaying Kongdoo Uncia. And again, Kongdoo Uncia coming into this as a team that everybody's kind of expecting to do well
I mean,
this
this is going
tournament.
to be ridiculous. I love watching this one. What a highlight reel right here.
Jeez. Bye.
Jeez. Just the setup
Hurts
was
bad.
good. Again, they should never have been in that position in the first place, but the execution was flawless, taking advantage of that grouping of players, especially the engage there by the Zarya, just using the rocket jump, basically the plasma jump with her right click to get into the position to just nail that one.
Yeah, I get it now. He's not a bunny. He's not a lemming. He's a rabbit from Monty Python.
That's
man.
right.
From Monty Python.
The
Holy Grail.
bloodthirsty rabbit.
Biting necks. It's true. Looks like it's going to King's Row for our next set, and we will see if Kongdoo Uncia can bring things back and tie up the series 1-1. It is a best of 5, so they've got plenty of time to do that. So it is time. Let's go to King's Row. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but it did anyway, and I'm going to own it. Sometimes rhyming is okay, Monte Cristo.
I know you love your rhyming, Noah.
I do. You know what else I love? Overwatch. I love Apex League. Let's do it.
I get it.
I get it. I feel like I now know the new thing Twitch chat will be spamming this season.
Yeah, I get it.
You get it?
Battleground.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
King's
It's King's
Row.
Row. I get it. It's an assault escort map. Yeah, that's right. You take the first point, then the payload takes about 3,000 years to come out of the little garage, and then you try to get to the foundry at the end.
Drive it straight in there.
Yeah.
Assassinate as many Omnics on the way as you can.
That's right. Take all those dirty Omnics. No, I'm a Zenyatta main. I can't say that. I like optics.
I like playing Zarya, so
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I see. Well.
I'm afraid I might be slightly Omnic racist, though.
You're I'm all about Omnic rights, man. I'm all about Zenyatta getting buffed again back to where he was a month or two ago. Those were good days for me.
No, they were not.
They weren't good days for the meta, but they were good days for me.
Bad times were had by most.
Hey, there were worse Zenyatta days. You remember the days of double Zenyatta, double Genji?
Yes.
There's been worse
was
Zenyatta
sad.
times.
That made me very, very sad.
Whoa, Grandma, are you okay?
That's what you call 911.
No
Right
kidding.
there.
When you see Nana shaking like that, it's, you probably want to get the doctors.
Somebody switch to Mercy.
That's right. That's right. We need Mercy stat. Get the healing beam. Take out a dart and stab her with it.
All right, so Dance looks like he's going to stick on the Widowmaker. Same strategy that we saw our last two teams do. Just looking, see if he can find some additional picks. Nope. Okay, time to change.
There you go. All right, dance. You can dance if you want to. I made it almost a whole match.
He probably shouldn't leave his friends behind if he's a good Overwatch player, though.
Especially if he's not playing Reaper. You don't want to get out in front of the Reinhardt too far. Kongdoo pushing this first point, and we will see if the triple tank comp from BK Stars will be enough to defend here. Not running the Mei. Start. Looking a little bit sorry. They do take out Alarm, though, and that leaves this point wide open.
He was way too far forward
Yeah.
compared to the rest of his team right there. Twinkle going to be the next to drop. Tanker already down. Sleep Dart on the once, but he's actually going to get revived really fast right there. And that's an error.
He got hit, and then he got healed.
Yep.
And Kongdoo is just going to take this point. Wow, that kind of fell apart fast, didn't it?
Well, when you hit that sleep dart, want to make sure that you don't actually deal any damage unless it's a death blow, the coup de grace, and it certainly was not. So that gave him an opportunity to get up, get the flashbang onto the Reaper, and get some more kills there to turn that around. And this is a really good position. If you can position right here and prevent them from actually defending at the choke, you want to push forward right now, spam those hallways, and this gives you a much better chance of pushing forward this payload. And you get to the point, the next part of this little twisty street right here is a lot more flanking options for attack, and that's where you want to be.
I'm surprised that we're not seeing BK Stars defend this more aggressively. This is where you want to do it, but they don't really have the ults to support that. Dance knows it, comes in. Deadeye, do they drop the shield? He gets one at least, but that is Zarya. That's a big take. Looking for the kill on the Road Dog. Lucid does find that one finally. And Utsua pushing this one like there's no tomorrow.
It can be a risky investment to nano boost your McCree like that, but ends up paying off. Of course, you do get the faster lock on time. Wow, lived.
For the moment anyway. The Reinhardt shield blocking quite nicely. Birdring using the whole hog, but that will get them to the second point already. Still 5:45 left on the clock for Kongdoo.
Such a fast push.
Very, very strong push coming in.
BK Stars really going to need to turn it on here, but they have double the number of ults right now.
There we go.
So they should be able to hold this.
Bunny looking for that Death Blossom. Not finding anybody with it though. Twilight picks up a kill on the Dance. That could be useful. Sound Barrier goes down on the attacking team. That Graviton Surge not going to really end up being too beneficial. Zoyan finally gets a kill into Birdring. It looks like BK Stars might be putting together a little bit of a defense here.
Yeah, they did have to blow pretty much all 4 of their ultimates for that, though, compared to just 2 from Uncia.
Yep.
What they had at the start, built up at the start of that fight.
Now Uncia has none, though.
Yeah.
And they're not too close to getting any more either.
Lucid and Tanker did end up using theirs, and the Deadeye, not too useful unless you have something to really CC or buy some McCree time with. Otherwise, it just turns into sort of a zoning tool or a Reinhardt shield breaker.
Speaking of shield, Zarya's used hers to get pretty charged up right now.
There's a nano boosted Reaper running around.
Looking for the Deadeye. No kills presenting themselves there. Oh, goodbye. That was like a Looney Tunes hook there. Right off the screen. He lived.
Bunny did push out the members of Uncia away from the cart during that nano boost, and they'll pull back right now. We see Do-hyun just trying to hit those shots from afar. Nice sleep dart into the back line right there. Does take out the Zarya for a little bit.
The ults are building up in a serious way here for Uncia. They can use that nano boost Road Dog. Oh, never mind. Dance walking forward very quickly. Oh, he gets 3 with the Deadeye. They did not have the Reinhardt shield when they needed it most, and Dance is going to pick up a 4th as well. Oh, that is what you call a strong push on this McCree. Speed walking to success. They may be able to take this map right here.
Yeah,
that's a map, and at least round one.
Well, it's going to get
so
close.
0.48 meters away. They're going for it. Burner has that graviton surge.
Bastion has come out for this point on the defense. Sound barrier is dropped. Actually, sound barrier was not necessary there. They dropped that really late. They actually could have saved that for the next push. That could actually turn the tides of this game, but they're still managing to shove them back. Dohyun going to be sticking on that Bastion. But man, Dance, you can see the power of that High Noon when it's comboed with the Lucio speed boost and a nano boost at the same time. He gets so fast, he locks on incredibly quickly.
I just love the speed walk, though.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, the swag walk that he does.
He does. He's like, oh, here I come. Shoot everybody in the head. Here comes Kongdoo Uncia. Able to move back a little bit, but they've already got it pretty far. Looking for the fire strike there. Burner comes in with the graviton surge from behind.
Hello.
Field, rather. And that is going to be pretty good for BK Stars. They will hold this point. Dohyun even picking one up on the Bastion. He's got to be getting pretty close to that ultimate. Yep, 89%. Oh! He pulls Alarm down with him. Welcome to hell. Sometimes you got to do that, though. I mean, that wasn't one of those times, but it's still fun to watch.
That's all right, I enjoyed it. The Don Giovanni moment there at the end. Mozart couldn't have done it better.
It's true. It was quite poetic, you know. See him pushing again. Got a couple ults to work with.
Dohyun's just sticking on this Bastion.
It's hard to dislodge there.
There
Oh,
you go.
they're going to go ahead and nano boost. It gets
Nano
caught the
boost.
graviton surge, though. And they're going to be able to take out that Bastion quickly, or at least minimize it with the Earth Shadow. Dohyun still alive, though. 3 kills come in for Uncia. Can they push it? Burgering push him away. That is going to be the point. And Uncia takes it finally in the end.
Yeah, and even though they got delayed on that last point, Joe, they still end the map with 2 minutes because of how fast their initial pushes ended up being. So
they got to the point, too, where even if they would have been stopped there, the payload was so far along that it's more or less getting 3 points right off the bat.
yeah, at least they have some time bank, though, and just in case something goes wrong, or they will have an advantage there heading in. So, of course, push it over in overtime. You don't get any time bank left over. You don't get that minute. So if they can at least force BK Stars into an overtime situation, they'll have 2 minutes to take that first point again and actually just outright win the map without having to go to a tiebreaker.
Well, here we go. Kongdoo Uncia on the defense now. And they will go for the 2-2-2. Panker's still deciding. May go with the Diva, interestingly enough. Huh.
Wow. Okay.
I'd be surprised, but looks like he's sticking with it. Yeah, okay. They're going to go with the Diva on defense here. Nope. Okay. Trolling. Usually you don't see such extensive trolling on defense.
Defense, yeah, a little bit odd. But
Dohyun on the Road Dogg this time, theoretically. Looks like Burner might look for a couple easy kills with the Widowmaker as the doors open.
I feel like this is like a weird Korean strat that...
Well, the thing is, you used to see this a lot in the Western scene. This was very popular. It's not as much anymore. You see the Sonic Arrow from Hanzo pretty often, but the cheap Widowmaker thrills not as often, but still alive and well in Korea apparently here.
Yeah, when everybody does it too, it's just like ridiculously unlikely to work.
So,
especially when most teams aren't going to be pushing up at all, especially or even in the open with a squishy target for Widowmaker to target down right at the start of the match. So it's a bit hopeful, and yeah, they're not even going to go for it. I think this is a better use of time. I mean, we're only talking about a few seconds right there, but whatever.
Sonic Arrow reveals the defense's whereabouts. Looks like Doge's going to stay on this Hanzo, though. We do see this from time to time.
Yeah, this is something that's becoming more common on this map.
Scatter Arrow. Whoa!
Oh,
he lives.
He didn't get the kill, unfortunately. Had a good read on that position based on the Sonic Arrow, so he knew what was going on. Doesn't land the actual kill there. Of course, the RNG on that ability can be a bit unlucky, but we haven't seen the offensive Hanzo more often on this map in Hollywood.
As soon as you see that Hanzo come around the corner, though, you pop that Wraith Walk, Wraith Form rather, back off. You see, arrows are going to kill you otherwise.
Especially when you know you've already been tagged by a Sonic Arrow. But
yep, exactly.
Arrow spam coming in here, playing right around Statue. So slowly pushing forward, and there's the nano boost onto the Reaper right now in the back line. Going to be counter nano boosted on the Reaper of Kongdoo Uncia.
Now we'll see who the Reaper reigns supreme here. Dohyun trying to get that kill. He does. Takes out Birdring with the arrow. This Hanzo has been working out pretty well so far. The scatter arrow thrown in. And they're looking to have that Zarya Hanzo combo. Oh, Reaper. Reaper's been working out.
Yep, Bunny. A little bit of a risky maneuver right there, coming up into Halls on the top side over the point. Okay, Stars.
Behind, and the Death Blossom from above. They're going to drop the Sound Barrier at the same time. Gets hit with the Sleep Dart. Gets a little bit of damage done first. Panker going to take Burner out of the fight here. Doyen's still alive. Gets
Nice shot.
Kill. Wow, on to Birdring. It doesn't matter what Birdring's playing. Doyen can take him out. Can't handle the Reinhardt, though.
Yeah, that's a tall order. They also knew that was going to be the smart thing. Did get a little bit of an early wake up right there, but looks like we are going to see Twilight rather, able to back out.
Twinkle, Twilight, are we naming My Little Ponies or Overwatch Pro?
Why are they on
here?
the same team?
I have no idea. Bunny. So no, oh, there's a hook. Oh, gets the kill though. And now finally BK Stars coming in. And they should be taking this point.
Yeah, that was the Dragon Hole combo right there between the Zarya. That's what I'm going to call it, though.
Dragon Hole.
Dragon Hole.
Yeah, all right. Could also be a children's show about dragons. But one of those
a children's show.
Yeah, but it's like the Bugs Bunny cartoons where they had jokes in there for adults. You just didn't know about it until you got older.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna turn 30 pretty soon, I heard.
Oh,
so,
God.
So you're gonna start getting some of those jokes soon.
Okay, thanks. I was really worried about
Just
that
letting
before.
you know.
Dragon Hole was supposed to be cute, but soon I'll know that it wasn't.
No, that's right. It's okay. Adults like me, we just kind of chuckle. Oh, the innocence of youth. Well, hello, Reaper coming in from behind. Birdring looking for a big play here. Just a nano boost, no ultimate. Gets low, has to Wraith form away.
I do get the counter Reaper, though. Bunny was taken out during his ultimate without hitting a whole hell of a lot. Doyen's still on this Hanzo, and here we go. Gonna see more offensive play right here.
I'm offended by this, you're right. Doyen gets this, he's gonna throw the Dragon's Rage in there. There it is! Dragon Hole yet again. And that is going to push BK Stars through to point B.
Yeah, Doyen just leaping, bouncing right through that, managed to hit quite a few of these shots, and
wow.
Buy some time there. Just the flicks on these arrows from Doyen have been.
No kidding, man. He has got the Twitch headshotting alive and well. Let's watch that again.
Yeah, even though they wait for a little bit right there, counter the sound barrier of the sound barrier. Bro, nice setup, pretty easy.
Yep.
Combo right there.
Birdring coming back on the Reaper yet again. BK Stars trying to put together a final push. They know where they need to get this payload. They need to get it all the way to the end. They've got about 4 minutes to do it, though. Birdring dropping that Death Blossom maybe a little bit early there. I feel like he pulled the trigger on that one a bit too fast. Couldn't even get behind the Reinhardt shield.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice split by BK Stars right there, too, to just avoid most of the damage coming in from that ability. And there hasn't really been any hold up on the card right now. Now the attack comes in from Uncia.
He's going to go ahead and fire the Hanzo ult. Not going to find anybody with it, though. It looks like Burner getting a kill, though. Doyen's still alive for the moment. Lucio looking for some bloodthirsty revenge. Gets a fist to the face. Bunny throws in the Pulse Bomb. Takes out Panker. Dance, rather. Looks like once, doesn't it? Dance going to kill Bunny in response.
Doyen did pick up the kill onto Birdring's Reaper, but probably not the best investment of that, especially because Bernard is already going to be at 90%. They could have set up for another Dragon Hole combo, so a bit twitchy there, and we're going to see him switch over to the McCree right now. So
I think we're seeing both teams get a little bit frantic here at the end of this round. Alarm going in with the Nano Boost, drops Earth Shatter right away. Meanwhile, some of Team Kongdoo
nice hit.
held up from behind. Alarm coming back in, gets hit with the counter Reinhardt, though. Birdring with that sound barrier, pretty durable. Still managing to save that Death Blossom, too, saving the Reaper ultimate.
yes, but they traded Nano Boost for Nano Boost right there, but Bubbly had to use the sound barrier, and in this game, the support ults are so incredibly important. They are generally more powerful than the DPS hero ults, so now Twinkle still has his up, and they may be able to go ahead and push on through. Bunny coming through, and they're gonna have a big bang right now available to them in conjunction with the sound barrier. Birdring trying to hide right now and find that Death Blossom, but it should be countered by a quick ult. Here we go.
Here we go. How many can they get out of this? We'll see. See it diving in. Nobody goes down there. Dohyun finally picking up the kill. They're powered up with that sound barrier. 2 kills coming over for BK Stars right now. Make it 3 as Bunny gets into the back line now for a little bit more. Has to back away though. Needs to be careful. The BK Stars pushing this payload hard. Is there going to be any defense at all coming in from Kongdoo Uncia? Looks like there will be. Nano boost used onto the Reinhardt. They're going to send him into the back. Bird Ring trying to clear BK Stars off at this point. It looks like he may be able to for now. Yes, they will. And so the payload held at the last moment, for the moment anyway, by Kongdoo Uncia.
And that was such a big investment from BK Stars. They only caught the tanks in the Graviton Surge from the Zarya, so they couldn't get enough initial burst damage down to really just push it through to that final point. Now they're going to be sitting on a situation the exact opposite. Bubbly approaching that sound barrier, 3 ults up on the side of Uncia, and this is looking pretty grim for BK Stars. They're going to have, they've got a minute to work with, so they've got a couple pushes left, but they have to be decisive.
Yeah, man, they've got the senior Slayers ready to go. Anna and Reinhardt both with the ultimates. See what they can put together with it. Twilight, though, going down to Bird Ring's ultimate in the back lines. Picks up 2 with his Death Blossom. And Kongdoo Uncia taking down that push before it really even begins.
Yeah, and they didn't commit very much to that, right? They had the Reaper and the Zarya ults. That's all they had. The rest of their ults now available. And it's basically going to be a miracle Death Blossom here. And then as soon as they can charge up that Zarya ult, they will have the Big Bang available though, so some pretty good AoE damage, but it comes to, they've got to get a better Zarya ult off, and look at the spread right now. Uncia really not together, so they're going to have a hard time hitting a big multi-man Zarya ult.
Okay, here we go. Whole hog pop. Meanwhile, Dohyun does not get anything at all out of his ultimate. And that Reaper nearly gets moved off, actually. Meanwhile, Kongdoo Uncia picks up 3. And finally taken out, and that push stopped yet again.
Yeah, Dance managed to pick up 2 right off the bat with
That's
the whole
it.
hog, and they didn't give them an opportunity. They realized that it was all about the Zarya ult coming in and comboing it with either the Death Blossom or the Pulse Bomb. So they just stayed fanned out on the point over and over and over again. And that meant that they never really got the big AoE damage play, the combo that they were looking for.
And so in the end, it's going to be a 1-1 series so far, with Kongdoo Uncia taking that second map, winning on King's Row, and we'll see where we end up next. I feel like already we're seeing teams here in Korea having different skill sets, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's a very small sample size, but you got to expect this is how it's going to be.
I actually really like that. That's one of the features of this tournament, is that in any best of 5, you have to play on all 3 different types of maps, because that means that we can see teams really specialize in certain. They're not going to get cut down. They're not going to have to play like 3 consecutive payloads or something like that.
All right, play the game. Let's see what Dance can do. I remember this one, and I remember there was not a Reinhardt shield involved. Yep, it's there, and now it's gone. Bye. See what they did is they used the whole hog actually to knock the Reinhardt back. He dropped the shield when everyone started being pushed, and then the Deadeye went off.
Yeah, really good combo there. Great setup.
Yep.
On the ultimate, and that'll be a victory here for Kongdoo Uncia.
So we will go to Temple of Anubis for our next map. Same as we saw in our first match of the day.
Indeed. I think this is going to be probably the one that most teams pick, because playing on Volskaya and Hanamura can be a giant pain in the ass. Both of those maps are just ridiculously snowbally.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just felt the bass being dropped. My headphones.
Lucio in the studio.
I guess so. Well,
Giving us the breakdown.
get ready. Once again, we find ourselves in a 1-1 tie in this match as we go into Temple of Anubis to see who takes the lead in this best of 5 between BK Stars and Team Kongdoo Uncia in our second match of the Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1 on OGN. Dylan Monte Cristo, thanks for joining us, guys. Let's get into Temple of Anubis. Did you know, Monte Cristo, that Anubis is one of the god programs, one of the super
Temple
omnics
of Anubis.
that was causing all that trouble?
Really?
The Omnic War, that's right.
I just know him as an Egyptian god, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, they got that from the Overwatch lore.
Oh,
The
okay.
ancient Egyptians ripped off of Blizzard's Overwatch lore.
They were time-traveling aliens that built the pyramid, so I guess that makes sense.
There you go. Wow, we know so much about the world and lore.
And also extraterrestrial beings not of this world.
Yeah, that's right. See, I'm waiting for that. When are they going to institute an alien character in Overwatch? Probably never.
Once Dan Aykroyd becomes a designer of the game.
Well, here's the thing, though. It could be right. You can see it. Hey, wait, though. We've got a gorilla that's hyper-intelligent and talks.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, we're going into the realm of fantasy a bit here.
Okay.
So we could theoretically have an alien. You know, there's a colony of hyper-intelligent, murderous gorillas on the moon in Overwatch lore.
That's scary. At least they stay on the moon, I guess.
Winston is from there, yeah, but when they figure out how to get to Earth, look out. Begun the Planet of the Apes, the battle for the Planet of the Apes has.
All right, we'll see if Unsea can get the... Well, they're going to be playing with the Mei on defense. They don't get the wall down immediately. Playing on the high ground, going to try and block off.
Bunny trying to flank from the side as Alarm throwing himself up onto that ledge, gets in the back lines, going after the Ana if he can.
Nice takedown.
Yeah,
Get
helps
the Ana.
Stillion get it. You need to get that Ana early on. Slows down that first Ana ultimate so much that it makes it very hard to hold that true point. And Bunny throws in that pulse bomb immediately after getting it. Maybe a little bit quick to pull the trigger on that. Either way, manages to find the man in the back line. And I think this is going to be, well, potentially a push. Although, with that sound barrier now, Kongdoo Unsea managing to kind of stabilize on this point for the moment anyway.
Yeah, the immediate dive was successful by BK Stars in the backline. They were running the classic Genji, Tracer, and Winston combination. They do take out the initial support, but Twilight still hasn't been able to build quite up to that nano boost yet. And
All right.
Lucid bounces back and manages to pick up his, but they're going to have a pretty powerful secondary push here. Bunny, like you said, throwing away that pulse bomb just a little bit, couldn't quite manage to...
Yeah, may not have been super wise.
I mean, the sound barrier advantage going over to Twinkle right here, so...
I mean,
there we go.
All right.
Nano Blade.
Yeah, Dragon Blade coming in. Dillian got the Nana boost. You go after the opposite Nana.
Nice
gets
freeze.
hit with the dart, gets frozen, gets taken down. Not bad.
Good control on the Genji right there, just comboing him with the crowd control so that he couldn't use either of those ults, and that's a huge hold right there for Unsea.
Yeah, and they're going to push out. Got to be careful not to overextend too far defensively on this first point. They do fall back right away.
When you have the support ult disadvantage like that, and they are coming in with a sound barrier nanoed Genji ult, it's impressive to hold it. There you go, Icicle straight through the skull.
Yep. I mean, hey, it's all fine and dandy until you have an icicle in the skull.
That's what I learned from brutal Korean winters.
That's what I learned from brutal Minnesotan winters. You know, you don't stand under the icicles.
Otherwise, you get one shot.
Yep, that's right. I think that's what happens. Bunny sneaking in from the side out. They know he's there. They do drop the Graviton Surge. Sound barrier used in response. Unsea trying to stay alive. Bunny coming from the side. Gets a couple kills, or gets a little bit of damage to help BK Stars grab some kills.
That's going to be it. There's the point right there. The big bang coming through. The sound barrier not enough. Again, the clumping. I'm concerned about Kongdoo's clumping, Doa, because that's been happening quite a bit in these control points. And Bunny has shown that he really has a good sense of timing about laying down that pulse bomb and keeping track of the Lucio ultimate. And that's the second time that's happened so far tonight. And Unsea needs to really think about their positioning at some of these points and keep better track of the, particularly the Zarya ult.
Yeah, now they're going to wait here, build up the ults a little bit more. Bunny sneaking around the side again. Hey, don't break the priceless vases. The priceless pottery, man. It's 2,000 years old. See that? Coming in now. Trying to just build up that ult, get some damage. Should happen soon. Meanwhile, the rest of BK Stars coming from the side. The Blizzard is used by Unsea. Dance, though, for a few kills on this Pharah. Swapped over to it for the point B. I think defensively on point B it works quite well here. Gets flashbang, but manages to find some revenge on that McCree. Fatal. Picks up that one. And so Unsea holds the first push. BK Stars.
Interesting to see the Pharah Mercy combination on defense right here on the second point. There is, there are vertical, there's high ground platforms on the columns. There's space to work with right here, but
if you look at the attacking team from BK Stars, I mean, there's still some pretty narrow corridors you have to come through when you're assaulting this point. It's
Yeah.
a lot of easy targets for the Pharah.
But there are like 3 of them. That's the issue. Whereas if you're playing Pharah on offense, you can basically just shoot through the door and build up that way.
I mean,
Okay.
that works. I mean, the other thing, too, is you combine the Mercy Resurrect with how close the spawn point is on defense. You just never run out of people defending. The Pharah kind of comes along for the ride. It's really, I feel, a little bit more about the Mercy.
Fair enough.
Pharah enough.
Pharah enough.
Pharah enough. Bernard. Getting a little bit of damage done. Everybody else kind of hanging out.
Yeah, Big Bang ready again.
Yep.
Nearly there with the nano boost also. So Bunny looking for an angle, gonna zip in and a little bit of a drive-by, and here we go.
BK Stars in Operation Kill Mercy. Dance pops
Oh
the
my.
barrage right away though. Gets 1. Gets 2. It might be enough. Bunny, we'll see what he can get done with this pulse grenade. Wait for it. Finds some Mercy. Doesn't get the kill though. Alarm with 2 on the side of BK Stars on the Winston. Make it 3. He's nano boosted. He is going ape. Or I'm sorry, I mean he's going scientist. Bunny.
My dad's a scientist. He definitely does that.
Not a monkey. He's a scientist. Bunny finds 1, and it looks like BK Stars putting together a pretty solid push now. Fatal though comes out. Both Graviton Surges used, and kills coming in from Uncia, and that's kind of what happens. You know, again, you have the Mercy Res, you have the close spawn. It's really, really hard, even with a good push on offense, to take point B on Temple of Anubis.
Mercy Res was a little extraneous right there. Looked like he only managed to pick up the Reinhardt with the Res, as everybody else was just charging into that point already. But, you know, still managing to be able to do that and pick up the defense on that point. But everybody kind of just throwing the kitchen sink at it right there, so we're going to be resetting this fight again, which means that Uncia definitely has a lot of time to work with right now. Pretty big defender's advantage on point B here in Anubis, so again, going to have to get the...
Well, they did go back and forth on Ilios earlier in the match, too, so it wasn't like Uncia was... or BK Stars, rather, took that one quickly. Did go to 3 games, flashbang,
Nice.
Oh, Mercy! Oh, Mercy. That sounded like the guy from Full House for a second there.
Turned into a Southerner for a second right there, Noah.
Doyan taken out, though. Looks like it's going to be another hold from Kongdoo Uncia. Twinkle not able to do much on his own with that Lucio. Bunny backing away. BK Stars have to give up the offense for the moment.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for BK Stars. They're a ways away from actually picking up the Zarya ultimate right now. They've got to wait for the rest of their team just to reset. They've got a minute to work with, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty difficult cap right here for them with the Resurrect already up. They're going to have to get Bubbly down very quickly, but if they try and flank on the Mercy, they should be able to be shut down by either the Earth Shatter or the Graviton Surge coming in. So it's a very well-protected Mercy.
I agree. Dance drops the Reaper ultimate coming around the
Oh,
side,
man.
trying to
That's
capitalize
it.
on the Graviton Surge.
That was the critical kill. He used the Reaper ultimate just to kill the Lucio who had his ult up, and that's what they needed in order to push this point. So that was a very crucial shutdown. Yeah, he used it only on a single target, but it was the right target to shut down the push.
Got plenty else to work with defensively. BK Stars, of course, having a few of their own. Burner about to get his in just a moment. But we're down to just 20 seconds remaining. This is it. It is do or die. And we're almost certainly going to see overtime, even if this push does work from BK Stars.
Well, BK, now they've got the ult, but again, this is going to be an overtime push, as predicted.
Delaying with the Maywall. Here we go again. They're going to pop the sound barrier right away as they come in. Burner getting in from behind. There's the Graviton Surge used. They've got the Blizzard up. Doyan trying to find kills from the side. Reinhardt shield goes down at the last moment. He gets 1.
There's the res.
Big res comes in from Uncia, and we'll see how well they can hold. Earth Shatter used as well. Bubbly on the side, keeping anyone up. This Mercy has been so successful. We do have a nano boost used, though, on the McCree. Doyan trying to get work done. Drops a flashbang. Doesn't get the kill. BK Stars still trying to take this point on offense, but they have not even begun. And now, as Doyan goes down, Bunny gets a couple kills, but BK Stars, okay, they're starting to build up a little bit of percentage now. We're into overtime already, and with that Mercy res, we've been able to delay the point for a lot. They might be able to take this, though.
Bubbly doesn't have the res right here. Ana going to try and jump in,
Here
and
comes
she actually
Diva.
gets in there.
It's so close. Uncia trying to hold on for dear life. They've got it. Down to overtime. Can they hold it? So close. Graviton Surge used. Uncia looking for those kills. That would let them use up that overtime bar. Hanker gets a couple on the Diva, building up that ult fast. Gets knocked out of the suit, though, and he may be in trouble here. Backing away. Still very, very close. BK Stars holding on, but no.
Oh!
That is it. They stepped off the point, and they got it.
Yeah, wow. Looks like that was just extremely close on the point there at the end.
Yeah. In the end, BK Stars, I believe, able to make that map.
Wow, so coming up at the very end there
Ooh.
was a close finish to that game. But one of the things that I really liked was when they saw the Graviton Surge come in at the very beginning of that extended overtime battle, they immediately just dropped the Mei ult on themselves and prevented a lot of the close-range AoE damage just by zoning out with the threat of the freeze.
Well, they held on as long as they could. And, you know, if they can now, if Kongdoo can come in and take this without going to overtime, they're going to have that little time bank advantage when we go to the next round of offense and defense, if we get there.
Well, close
Exciting
finisher there. And now, moving over to Uncia's attack. Looks like we are not going to see a McCree here on the defense from BK Stars, but Uncia not showing that they want to use a Pharah quite yet.
Yeah.
Looking to set up with triple tank, at least at the beginning.
Yeah, the Roadhog is nice. I mean, again, you know, any pick you can get because the respawn is so long from this point is really valuable on this map. But most teams know that. You know, most teams back up and they play defense on that raised platform, and that does make it a little bit harder to make this Roadhog work.
Yeah, especially when you're sitting there ostensibly behind Alarm's Reinhardt.
Exactly. You've always got a Reinhardt shield to hide behind.
But, you know, I feel like on this point, it's all about getting that Reinhardt to turn his shield from a flank from the left side. If you can get that done, then that's where the Roadhog can actually have those successful hooks.
That's why you run a lot of Winston on this map on offense, but Kongdoo not doing that. Bringing in the Reinhardt themselves. We'll see how well this ends up turning out for them.
That was a ridiculously early Zarya bubble there.
Yeah. He was trying to anticipate a bit, but shot a little bit. Coming from the side, they've managed to pull a fight over the right side of this early point. This is something that Uncia can certainly use to their advantage. They are kind of bottled up right now, though. Man, Doyeon getting so many right clicks off into this group, going through, but there's the nano boost already from the Reinhardt, and that's going to maybe give them an opportunity to come in onto this point early. Wow.
So right at the beginning of that fight, Birdring came out with 2 extremely early kills onto Alarm, and yeah, the poke damage was coming in from the Genji from behind. He managed to find his way up onto the high ground past the initial engage just by using those double jumps, but it also just gave Ana a lot of free time to heal and get that nano boost up extraordinarily fast.
Sure did. That was really fast.
I mean, Twilight's only at 47% here, and we look at
didn't live long enough. Dragon Blade coming in now for Doyeon. He's gonna try to defend this point as best he can.
Nicely.
Takes a nap instead, though. Does he need to take a nap? He's a cyborg. He doesn't need to take a nap. Birdring tries to get some shots on the Reinhardt from behind, but that is going to be the push stuff by BK Stars for the moment, anyway.
Yeah, they did use a lot of their ult power on that first point, so not able to quite push through. But they're approaching 3 more ults right here for a total of 5, Uncia, on this next go round. So see if they can capitalize on that. Bernard getting close to the Graviton Surge, and Poke War is beginning as both teams just waiting. Bunny has a good angle here with the Death Blossom. Nobody checking that point. They're going to come around the right side.
Yeah, they're kind of avoiding where that Reaper ends up being. They're going to pop the sound barrier right away as they move into the point from the right side. Graviton Surge trying to set something up for Bunny. Can he get behind the Reinhardt shield? We'll see. Electing to use that ult a little bit earlier, but not getting a lot out of it. And a good push for Kongdoo so far.
Sitting on the point.
A little bit of time.
Starting just to drive it up right now, and there we go, but the sound barrier going to come out.
Yeah, countered by the defensive Earth Shatter, though. Doyeon.
Oh,
kinda
unlucky.
trapped.
Great wall. Beautiful wall.
Man, Uncia negating that Genji with the Mei wall. Trapped behind there, slicing away, nothing.
He was trapped by his own wall right there, actually. His teammate,
Oh, you're right.
Twilight, actually getting that up. That is really unfortunate. Holy moly.
It was blue, so I was confused.
Yeah.
Firing from the side, and not able to actually get a single tick onto that point just yet. And Bang nano boosted now, runs right onto the Bastion. Wow, Burner did not last long on that one. Maybe not the greatest choice. Wasn't able to really get anything done with it. Alarm on the Diva. Gonna try to last on that point for as long as he possibly can. It does allow your team to get time to respawn. That Diva, very valuable.
I mean, but they haven't gotten any clock on this point yet. They're still sitting at the very first tick because BK Stars has been able to keep somebody contesting it the entire time. So, yeah, it's been going, but they haven't got much. Finally, they start getting a little bit of something.
Blizzard time, BK Stars just defending here. Able to push back. Onsia for the most part. And Bernard over on the Vera now. Interesting choice for him.
That was actually a great defense by BK Stars.
Yeah.
They didn't even get one tick on that point. They kept staggering themselves into the point and slowly picking away at Kongdoo Unsia. And Bernard just gonna burn his fire ult and change right there. So looked exciting, but he was just trying to swap out on his character, get that Zarya up one more time because they do have a couple of heroes, or three in fact, that are very good with the Zarya ultimate. And Reinhardt and Genji and the Big Bang combo, of course, the Tracer.
Dragon Blade ready to go for Doyan. Gonna jump in from behind. Sound barrier used, gets grabbed by the Roadhog. Whoa, glad he had that sound barrier. Bomb from Tracer helping out as well. We'll see what he can pick up with the ultimate. He gets nothing as he gets taken down. Burner on the side of the fight yet. And now BK Stars putting together yet another nice defense here. And they hold it pretty easily.
Pulling it together. Does cost them their sound barrier, but probably not quite with his yet.
Well, that sound barrier really did save Doyan. For the moment anyway. Able to get a couple slashes in with the sword. Soften up his enemies. For his teammates to finish off. Here comes Birdring down. Has a Death Blossom ready to go. Another push, 3 minutes remaining. After that fast first point take. First Shatter doesn't get a whole lot accomplished as the teams kind of switch sides. Birdring now hopping the Death Blossom, helping his team pick up a few. Is it going to be enough to get time though on this? Doyan doing work at the same time with that Dragon Blade.
Oh man, the ult came in pretty late there though. See if he can, how much he can pick up. Does get the Tracer.
All right, that's big. He's gonna live. Goodbye.
Yeah, pushing him back off. Successful once again in the defense here, and in spite of that very fast first point, BK Stars holding firm. Kongdoo Unsia, it looks like their best opportunity was on the initial push, but BK Stars just managing to run them for a loop on the point itself and prevent them from capturing any of it whatsoever.
Yeah. I like this by BK Stars. See Rascal with the Tracer from behind. They've got the nano boosted Reinhardt now. Trying to push through this. Tracer ult doesn't really get a whole lot.
That's a big miss.
It's a big push though for Team Kongdoo Unsia. He's got that Earth Shatter too. As soon as that, there it is, as soon as the Lucio ultimate ends, and that's gonna help Fatal pick up too. The tanks on Unsia really doing work. And they get half the point right there. They continue. Earth Shatter comes in from Alarm. He's got to be a one-man army. Gets two already. It's a good start. Anchor turning things around though. Runs into the wall. BK Stars trying their best to hold right here, but they have lost most of the point already. Looks like Kongdoo Unsia ready to close this one out. Whole Hog not doing a whole lot. Birdring just keeping people off the point right now.
Well, Bernard actually doing a lot of work there with the concussive blast, trying to prevent that
Whoa!
Whole Hog.
Double for
And there we go. Kongdoo Unsia going to land it. Minute 18 left on the clock. So if they can be as convincing as they were in their first attempt at an assault on point A, they can come out with a victory here without us going into an overtime round.
Yep. We will see who takes the lead in this best of 5. It's been pretty even for both sides so far in this match. But man, you got to really give credit to the tanks on the BK Stars side of things,
Well,
really.
Also their swaps. I mean, the fact that Twilight and Bernard switched to Mei and Far respectively a couple times on the desperate defenses on that point really did buy them quite a bit of time. And they don't, right now, Unsia will not have as much to work with as they could have. That could have been a really devastating early capture, but BK Stars just grinding it out there with the closer spawns.
I mean, the early capture did benefit them. They were able to have some time left in the bank, and that may be all they need. Like we talked about, all they need to do is take this first point, and they take the map.
So yeah, looking like they're going to be going with the Pharah Mercy Ana combination. I like it. The Korean special. We've been seeing a lot of recently. And they got the dive comp going too.
Yeah, I think
the Winston and the Tracer.
Yeah, they started out with the Reinhardt last time. I think the Winston is generally much better at disrupting on this point on offense. Going into the high ground right away, they're going to send the Pharah above it. The disruption is huge. Money coming in from behind though. That Reaper doing work on the supports of the Zarya. Has to back away. The push still coming in from Kongdoo Uncia. Hanker gets the first kill on that Winston, and it's a good start. One for each though, but now Dance able to get one. Can he get two? Looking for the Reaper there. Gets hooked, goes down. A kill, and Panker kind of finds himself a little bit on his own on this Winston.
Yeah, has to jump up to the high ground right there. Cannot survive, especially against the Reinhardt that's still getting healed. Uh-oh, 47 HP. Time to go.
Yeah.
And right into the waiting arms of a Mercy, and he's going to get healed up and give a lot of ult charge over to Lucid, who hits that nano boost. Twilight getting close.
Yeah. And Twilight gonna go and use that nano boost, try to get away. She's trying to run from a different nano boost though. Anchor on that Winston. Gonna be trying to clean people dead. Gets two already. Burner coming back with the response. Dance still on the point right now. Time running out, 3 seconds. We're going to overtime. Once drops the barrage. Will it be enough? No hook. They will get it. Will they be able to take the point though? We are in overtime, but it's looking pretty good for Uncia. Graviton Surge with no follow-up from BK Stars.
Well, Doa,
I don't think they can hold it.
This is the one game where being a boosted animal is actually a good thing.
No kidding. It's a very legit boosted animal on the side of Kongdoo Uncia, and they will take Temple of Anubis with that first point capture.
Nice job. We did see Panker get into the back line twice on the pushes on that point. Had a crucial early kill onto the Lucio. Couldn't quite make it work with the first push, but does manage with the nano boost to find it. You know, him living with 40 HP proved to be quite crucial because the Fire Strike got him down to 47, but he was able to bounce out with the jump over back to the Ana, which in turn gave Ana some more necessary ult charge just by healing him up. And then that led in turn to the crucial play where he went back in and nano boosted form. So nice play there, and showing that sometimes that survival can really do you a lot of favors. A lot of times players will try and just die at those points, but getting low when heals give you ult charge can be beneficial in clutch situations like that.
Yeah, sure can. Gave a boosted scientist. Don't call him an animal. He left those other animals back on the moon. Going to Dorado.
I don't even know what to say about that sentence, though. He left those other animals back on the moon.
Yep, that's what he did. Spoke the Lord. The monkeys got angry, or the apes, I'm sorry. The gorillas got angry, and they killed all of the scientists on the moon, except for Winston, who is also a gorilla scientist. So he decided to go to Earth. There's a lot more peanut butter there anyway. Enough of that. Time to see if this match can be closed out by Kongdoo Uncia. Can they live up to the hype? Can they win on Dorado and take this best of 5 with a 3-1? Or will BK Stars bring it back and tie us up, send us to game 5? Time to get into Dorado and see who takes it.
I get it.
Get it, Monte Cristo?
I'm getting there.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
I get it.
Battleground.
I get it. Battleground.
Dorado.
Hey, welcome to Dorado.
Home of the fancy cigarettes.
Yeah, home of the retro futuristic cars.
It's nice. I enjoy that, though. You know, I enjoy that retro look.
Yeah.
I wish more trucks look like that these days.
Do you like the PT Cruiser?
Oh God, no.
Well, I thought you just said you like the kind of retro modern.
That's like the worst example of it. That's like, oh God, that's gross. Ew, ew, ew. I like that truck because it actually looks retro. The PT Cruiser.
Oh, no, you don't like that one? Okay. Just checking.
It's time for a sneaky boop right out the gate right here. Bubbly.
Oh, I love it.
He's creeping.
I love it that the mom and her daughter from the bakery, you know, from the cinematic are just watching. They're like, not another one. We've seen so many people plunge to their death right outside our shop. We should really put up a sign instead of advertising the
He's
deal
not
of the day.
actually
We'll
going
say,
to do
look
that.
out.
That would be ridiculous. But
Ridiculously awesome.
that's a fast way to get pushed all the way through the first point. Unbelievable speed.
That's very true.
You get caught. It's high risk, relatively low reward.
It is awesomely bad. All right, here we go. Trying to push Doyan, looking for people on the high ground, but of course, Kongdoo smart enough to defend a little bit, backing off a little bit farther forward on the defense than we see a lot
Bunny's
of times
creeping.
on this map. Bunny, here he comes.
Wow, he's just going to go through the gate? Okay,
right.
there he goes. Decides that maybe he should take up the alternate flank approach right there. Bit surprised that he even popped out.
Yeah.
They are facing a Reinhardt and a May. Very unlikely that as a Tracer you're going to be able to get a freebie through that choke point.
Seems that way.
There he goes. He's back in market right now.
Yeah, looking for the kills on the Lucid, on that Ana. Bring up some Mo. Hopefully turns around, notices him there.
Oh!
Losing a lot of charge.
Dodge the fire strike. And there we
Crazy
go.
quiet. Meanwhile, Doyan picks up Dance. And it's a pretty strong push so far for BK Stars. Now Bunny being in the back lines really becoming effective. And just nobody able to deal with that Tracer. And when you look at this composition, you see this a lot with main comps. If you're not ready, that Tracer really takes advantage of it.
Basically, you have to hit the icicle headshot to one-shotter, or you have to hope for that
Gotta
hook.
get a hook, yeah.
Not the best, though. Of course, having that McCree usually does you a lot of favors. And Bunny has been really on point. It seems like Tracer definitely his best hero. He came up with a few clutch plays already for BK Stars.
Yeah.
And he's creeping again, Doa. Managed to make it up in the high ground here at Church. Going to come across the windows.
I wonder if he says, I'm right behind you. Or what are you doing? Whatever she says in the cinematic. I don't know. All right, Tobelstein's been dropped. Bunny, meanwhile, trying to find a way to capitalize on it, to keep his team alive. Not doing very well at it. Fatal gets 2 there. And Banker getting nano boosted. Helping push it back. Back to the bank.
Yeah, they're just going to move right up onto the high ground right now. Reset the defense.
Yep, that's where you want to be.
Yep, had one successful drop down already. Lots of ults available, though, for BK Stars. They can make it work with a big bang here, but they got to get that Tracer up onto the high ground first or wait for them to drop.
That's right. And now, Birdring knows. He knows that Bunny's coming from behind. They're going to drop the sound barrier. Uncia grouped up. Oh, Reinhardt shield goes down, and that's a triple for Doyan. How many times have we seen that tonight from McCreed? Man, that's going to be an easy team kill or an easy team fight win anyway for BK Stars, pushing it towards the end of point B.
Yeah, just shooting right on through. Cart already moving, and Kongdoo, they waited for quite a while to actually execute the drop right there. Panker going to come back with a nano boost.
Yep, that's right. Trying to stop him from taking this point B. Gets killed by the reverse nano boost. And whoa, there we go. Bunny helping Alarm pick up a lot of them there. It's the Alarm Bunny combo.
And didn't even have to have the pulse bomb there, or plasma bomb.
Nope.
Oh,
Whoa,
nice
you're
grab,
hooked.
goodbye. Dance
That's what they need.
hitting the edge of the hitbox right there as he caught Bunny peeking. Birdring now switching to the Tracer. One of the best ways to deal with Tracer is just to have another Tracer, especially if their Tracer is better, I think. Because as long as you can distract their better Tracer with your worst one, you're actually nullifying what it... Seriously.
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it, yeah. Doyan now on the tree. It's another way to deal with the Tracer, but Kongdoo doesn't have one of their own. Birdring, after that rerun on the Tracer, like you mentioned. Oh, and that's what happens. Flashbang into headshot. And BK Stars continuing to push this one forward.
And Dokkan just lurking right there around the corner, and BK Stars on their way to a quick time here.
Yeah, we did not see the map go this far in our match 1. Fatal, trying to take advantage. Nice Tobelstein drop. There's the Graviton Surge, and they're going to be able to hold right here.
Yeah, devoted quite a few ultimates to that, though, in the end. Had to stack up the Graviton on top of the Earth Shatter. after it was blocked by the Reinhardt shield from Larm. And BK Stars nearly at 5 ults right now, so they are sitting pretty for their next push. Once did just switch over to the Reaper.
Yep. So BK Stars. This is going to be possibly, like you mentioned, a very good push for them. Lots to work with. Bunny already causing trouble on the outside. Looks like he's going to sneak up the stairs. Crouching down to not make noise with the steps. BK Stars going in. Sound barrier trying to protect Kongdoo Uncia. But man, that Graviton surge. All right, they didn't get as much as I thought they would actually. Pulse Bomb helps pick up Alarm. Bird Ring bringing it back for the defense. Gets Flashbang, makes it out alive though. Doyen picking up 2 kills of his own, and this push continues. BK Stars really threatening to take this point and take this first offensive match.
Yeah, no follow-up on the Flashbang there, but doesn't end up being that consequential. And now we're going to see the switch swaps over. Fatal coming out on the D.Va as they try and just stall out this point.
Yep, D.Va, the delay champion, delay hero. Whoops, it's happening already. Pulse Bomb. All right, throwing it in. Didn't really wait too long on that, but they do pick up a kill from it. Bird Ring staying alive on the Tracer, trying to prevent the payload from moving as best he possibly can. Mana Boost used. Alarm, though, taking a nap.
Mana Boost used on the Tracer just for the damage reduction and the movement speed right there to keep the payload delayed as long as possible. Panker coming back in. That's not going to do anything.
Earth Shatter doesn't hit anything. That's not what they need for this decent defense. Like you said, Fatal, they're just trying to keep off the point. And it is a very close spot for the defense here. So these last few meters are so hard to take as offense, but they're holding it pretty well at the moment. Picking up a lot of kills.
Nice
Alarm
Lucid.
takes Lucid for a ride.
They just can't kill Bubbly though. He's just hopping around on top of the payload. Finally they get him. That should be it. At long last. But they did buy Kongdoo, bought themselves about another minute right there. So minute 39 will be deposited into the time bank here.
Yeah. And that will only be used, of course, if BK Stars can finish the map themselves.
Yeah, well, we'll see how we're going to see them hold up here. Kongdoo on the offensive side of things. Kongdoo did squeak out a win on King's Row.
We'll see what they can do. Here we go. Side swapped. BK Stars on defense this time around. Or rather, offense.
BK Stars on
defense, my bad.
Yeah. Defense this time, and pulling out the Mei for point number 1. This is pretty expected. A well-rounded team composition that BK Stars is running. They've got the tools with the McCree to deal with potentially a Tracer coming through, or a Pharah on point number 1. They've got the long-range hit scan.
Now Panker switching over from tanks to this Widowmaker. We'll see if he actually sticks with it. I'd be a little bit surprised.
No.
I don't think he will.
That's unlikely. So Dance on the Pharah, though, that may be a likely thing.
Oh, certainly.
But Bubbly has been the Mercy player.
Malfunction. They'll never save the environment if you can't control your ice gun thing.
Is that right? Is that to prevent global warming right there?
Maybe.
Just shoot the ice gun?
What's that ice gun made out of, though? Is it biodegradable plastic? I don't think so. I think May is just part of the problem.
It's probably like emitting CO2 at the same time.
Yep. The CO2 gun. They're going to stick with the Widowmaker for the moment anyway.
Interesting.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, all right, looking for the kills.
All right, they just, okay. They try for the cute hook shot.
Yeah.
Single shot assassinate. Now Panker going to Reinhardt, but it's going to be delayed a little bit there to join his team for the push. That's a cute move, right? You get a headshot there, then you can push through immediately. You don't need the Reinhardt until you get to the choke. He's already there, so
yeah.
I like the fact that a lot of these Korean teams are opening up with, if you get something, great. If not, you don't really lose much from it, so why not at least give it a shot?
There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. That's right. Holding with the May wall for the moment. Bird Ring coming around the side, looking for picks.
Dohyun already died to Bird Ring, so this is going to cause the defense to collapse pretty quickly here.
That's right, then they were getting that Reinhardt shield down really low, really quickly. So Kongdoo Uncia pushing through this point very quickly.
Tries for the hook right there, does bounce off the Reinhardt shield, or Could have been a little bit too far out, hard to tell.
Short.
Yeah, it looked like it was a bit too far out.
All right, Nano Boost comes in on a banker, going to try to do work on this Reinhardt. Misses the charge, though. That doesn't help anything. Gets a little bit of damage in. Has that Earth Shatter, though. See if he can get the stuns. Doyan managing to pick up 2 for the defense. Now their Shatter goes through. Actually, they Nano Boosted the Zarya. A lot of time used already. Graviton Surge brought in, trying to pick up some kills. Uncia, though, looks like this push may continue, depending on how long. No.
Pegger's staying alive for a long time, but he's got to back off right there as the Roadhog dies. 3v1 situation.
I thought they were going to get the kill on Burner a little bit earlier there. Wow, nice pin for Panker, taking out the alarm. Bounce, or chance. Oh, gets one. On to Twinkle, that hurts. Losing the Lucio is a problem. That's going to slow down that next sound barrier by quite a bit. Alright, Doyan. Will they take advantage of the Graviton Surge? Not quite yet. Has to back away. Sound barrier comes in. Gonna want to wait that one out a little bit. They've got the Nano Boost on another Zarya already. No, Roadhog gets it for Uncia. Picks up another kill, gets 2 already. Looking for that push.
Coming through right now, can't pick it up, is Slepto on the side. Yep. There we go, another Zarya ult for Bernard right there, and both Zarya ults have been clutch so far.
I'm telling
you,
man,
BK Stars.
Bernard and Bunny on Zarya and Tracer have been the real carries in multiple maps for BK Stars so far.
Yeah.
A lot of good plays out of these 2 tonight.
They're holding now, so they see 2 5-game series here. We've only got a minute 17 left. And maybe 1 good push left, but Kongdoo, they've got a long way to go on all their ults. Bird Ring with only 6% on the Death Blossom right now.
I mean, with BK Stars finishing this map.
Twinkle is nearly at his sound barrier too, so this is hugely advantageous for BK Stars on the defense.
Yep, that's right. Just the type of series, if they can win it, it's going to be hard for Uncia to finish anyway. Doyan gets another one onto the Reinhardt, hugely helpful, and BK Stars looks like they should be able to hold this.
Yeah, already get 2 picks right off the bat.
Yep.
They hit the Tracer to start things off right away, so Bunny not going to get a good flank there, even though he does have his Pulse Bomb available right now. It's going to be 1 last reset, 1 more push. They got to use the Big Bang properly. But the spread is really good. I mean, look at this, BK just not lining up for that whatsoever.
Yeah. Dance needs a big Deadeye here, but I don't think he's going to get it. Oh, he gets 2. Not a bad start. They may be able to grab the point because of that. Bunny looking for some return kills. Dance, though, being a hero on this McCree, really setting up Kongdoo Uncia to finally take this point and keep their push alive, just barely. See if they can do it. Should be able to. There we go. Another 2:30 on the clock. That was about as close as it gets.
That Deadeye was really clutch. Burner was about to hit the ultimate there for Zarya, get an opportunity to use that Graviton Surge in conjunction with the Pulse Bomb. It left Bunny having to use the Pulse Bomb at an inopportune moment. Didn't actually pick up any kills with it, sort of just dropped it on the ground.
Ooh.
And so,
Close call.
The opener there, Deadeye doing some work and buys them a little bit of time right here.
Go again. And finds 2. A hit on a 3rd. Man, what is it with the McCrees in Korea, man? We've seen so many Deadeye kills. Fatal, living up to his name. Oh, nice flashbang into the headshot. Dance gets another one before he finally goes down to alarm, but it's, I don't know, it's a good day to be McCree, apparently.
Yeah, it is. A lot of pickups on the Deadeye so far, and there's another hold. BK Stars falling back right now, but with that high ground advantage again, they are going to have to work their way through a Lucio ultimate coming from Bubbly here if they want to get anything done.
Graviton could be pretty big. It's charged up. Yeah, they're going to retreat into the chapel for the moment.
And they don't have a good combo with it right now. BK Stars with the Graviton. Like they finally have, okay, they have the Pulse Bomb. See if they can get it.
Coming in again, Bunny looking for that Pulse Grenade. Gets a couple. That's going to be enough. Bunny gets slept in the end, but BK Stars putting together quite the hold here.
A great charge for the Reinhardt too. Didn't have to commit to the Earth Shatter from Alarm. Just the offensive combination. Whoa.
Careful.
Watch out for that one.
Yeah.
Bunny will fall back right now.
Burner and Bunny, though, again, coming through big for their team. It's really been them all game long.
Now we have a 25-second window here for this last push. High ground taken right there. Dohyun does take one headshot, but is healed right back up, and they don't have much to work with. Trying to get the nano boost out and waiting for that Reinhardt to get his ultimate up.
It's got to be big. Dohyun looking for something for the defense. Nothing. But that Deadeye. 3, 2, 1. Looks like we're going to go to overtime here. Uncia continuing to try to push here, but that's a lot of kills coming in for BK Stars. Looks like they may have that defense. Bunny looking for an opportunity with the pulse grenade. Gets himself out. They're going to drop the sound barrier, and that is going to be it. So BK Stars holding, and they will take Dorado and force a match 5.
Wow, so 2 match 5s.
Yeah.
In our first day to kick things off here at Apex.
Wow. Well, it's good. It's good to see the teams looking pretty even so far in Group A.
Yeah, it is. It's surprising, actually. It was Group B now, but...
That's true. Well, it's good to see in Group A, too.
Yeah, it was. It does not take away from your point, though. It does not.
Still true. True fact.
It may be a non sequitur, but it is true.
I say random things. You've been casting together for 4 years. You should know this by now. BK Stars, though, you know, a team that was coming into this tournament, a lot of jokes being told about them due to their streamer that kind of put this team together, but these guys look pretty legit.
Sometimes the greatest knowledge as an owner, though, is when to take the back seat, right?
Absolutely true.
So we'll be Numbani as our 5th and final map to close out this evening with.
Yep.
A combination here from BK Stars. Like you see, Bunny and Burner on that Tracer and Zarya.
That is a combo you got to watch out for, man. I mean, they're
really good at setting that up.
They are so tight with their combos. Yep. Bring the big bang to every map. Looks like we're ready to go into the 5th and final set here. And we'll see who takes it. Will it be BK Stars or Kongdoo Uncia? We are going to Nimbani to find out.
I get it.
I feel like this was a song they were going to use in one of the Matrix movies that just didn't have room to fit it in.
Numbani.
Numbani, welcome to another hybrid map. You got to take the point, take the payload, and then take it to the very end. We assume that it's being delivered to the museum.
It is. It is
where
the museum at the end.
I think you're right, yeah.
No, it is.
So that means that
It's called the Numbani Museum.
this map takes place before the intro cinematic to Overwatch.
One would assume.
Yeah,
One
where
would
Reaper
assume.
and Widowmaker try to take Doomfist Gauntlet.
We still don't even really know what it does.
Well, lets a little kid punch Widowmaker really hard. You got that.
To be fair, Widowmaker does look like she weighs about 100 pounds, so not sure how challenging that actually is.
Yeah, could be true. Hard to say. I just wonder what Doomfist can do, right? They said he could level a skyscraper, right? That sounds really mean. Why would you want to do that? You're supposed to be fighting the Omnics, right? Not
Maybe he
level
was just part of a
skyscrapers.
demolition, taking apart old skyscrapers.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, all these new ones in Numbani, the old ones had to go somewhere.
Just taking them out.
That's right. Thanks, Doomfist. His name is...
You sounded really menacing, but he was actually a great public servant.
I know. You know, Doomfist sounds sinister, but no. Doomfist, your friend and mine.
All right, going, of course, Burner and Bunny back on the Tracer Zarya combination here on the offense for BK Stars. Actually going for the McCree as well. And Kongdoo Uncia
Looking for the mix.
yeah, triple tank. No Reinhardt actually on defense.
Oh, wow. BK Stars going in hard onto this first point. We'll see what they can get out of it. Burner very low. Gets killed off. Burgering with the first kill there. And Uncia. All right, take a nap. It's okay. We'll wait.
Sleepy May.
Nice wall. And BK Stars still pushing this, but getting slowly forced backwards. Burgering doing pretty well. Holds up for a moment. Fatal on the outside, gets very low, shields himself before finally being taken out, and it's going to be Bunny making the difference here. as he goes in after the Blizzard. And that's BK Stars taking a very fast first point here on Dimbani.
Yeah, they got the Mei ult up, but because of the sleep, it came in later. Now we have Reinhardt charging around, just trying to clear people off this point right now. Banker also with the nano boost. Nice sleep onto the Reinhardt.
They actually get some people back on the point in time. It's not quite taken by BK Stars just yet. Dance able to stall this out quite well. Tanker finally goes down, but has this been enough? Johan has the dead eye, looking for an opportunity to rock it there. Sound barrier wears out. BK Stars, they need to finish this decisively. They need to win a fight and take the rest of this point.
Gotta hit that Tracer. Finally managed to get her as she did recall.
Gets it.
Dohyun.
The Doom Fist is on the move.
Yeah, the Doom Fist is on the move. Right to the museum.
Yep.
BK Stars. Indiana Jonesing it right now. Saying it belongs to the museum and taking it there.
Hey,
good guys.
Good for them, yeah. If Doomfist was so strong, you'd think he could deliver it himself.
Is he like dead or something?
I don't know. They've got like posters up for him, so I thought he was like gonna go give a speech or something. I haven't read the posters. Dead-eye time.
Oh, nice wall.
Yep, blocks most of it. Burberry still does go down. Nano boost onto Alarm at this point. They get stopped up by the Zarya.
Oh, that was a waste of a Zarya ult right there. Throwing the biotic grenade right into the middle. No follow-up damage.
Yep.
Coming through from Kongdoo, and BK Stars just rolling through Numbani all the way to the
really
second
good.
point. That was, oh, that is going to be very painful for them.
Man, King's Row looks so good for Kongdoo Unseen that you kind of wondered maybe this is going to be their specialty, but it doesn't look like it. Tanker nano boosted, but he won't last long enough to do any damage. Good Blizzard drop down by Birdring though. Where's the follow-up? Doesn't look like it exists. Gets a couple. And is it going to be enough from BK to stop BK Stars from taking the second point? Super close.
I mean, that was a huge investment from Kongdoo Onsia when it comes to cooldowns, and they still couldn't deny them taking the point. They were pretty quick back off there by BK Stars on the Blizzard, and they managed to hold up. And look at this, Stella. They're going to be hitting 4 to 5 ultimates very, very soon for this final push.
You really couldn't ask for a better setup as BK Stars to push on this final point. You can see Kongdoo Onsia a bit scared here. Tanker's so close to a Thirst Shatter though. And they're going to just go in. An offensive move. That Graviton Surge used, but no big follow-up.
Was not a great Graviton Surge.
Not a lot.
Try and follow up now with a nano boost onto Alarm.
Yeah, that's right. Alarm going in deep, getting a couple kills. Bunny just rolling in behind him, firing those bullets. Or whatever comes out of those guns. Who knows? Doesn't sound like bullets. Doesn't matter though. Whatever it is getting BK Stars closer and closer to finishing this map.
Yeah, not the cleanest engaged, but they just had such a huge ult advantage that didn't really matter. Now they're going to be a defense here. Lucid has a nano boost. We can make it work for them. Where's the nano boost?
Graviton Surge picks up a couple. They're going to send Birdring in on the Reaper with that nano boost. Waits for the Death Blossom though. Doesn't use it quite yet. Looks like the defense is going to hold for the moment for Kongdoo Onsia.
That was the investment though. Now we see BK Stars charging back right now.
I mean, this could end up being a long hold. Birdring, if he can get a good position and take out a few with the Death Blossom as BK Stars comes in, they could really delay this.
Also, it's going to be a long wait on the support ults from BK Stars. Meanwhile, the sound barrier is going to be up pretty soon for Bubbly, and that should maybe give them enough to work with here to hold for a while.
Sneak around the outside, but Kongdoo Onsia not really tricked by it. Bunny has to recall out of there. Rewind.
All right, nice. Actually, very nice Earth Shatter. Oh, no, only gets one.
No follow-up, though, yeah. Still coming in. Bunny from the side. He gets the flank. This could be big. Oh, gets taken out before he's able to get that, and they drop a Graviton Surge at the same time. Onsia staying healthy with that Lucio ult. And BK Stars, they went for a combo. Bunny died before he could drop in the Pulse Grenade. But they're still pushing. No, he was low enough anyway. It's okay to shoot him there. BK Stars continue to push. Earthshatter comes in now for Alarm. Looks like he's got the kill on the Panker. This could be the last push.
Trying, moving closer. Dohyun just zoning out. Right now, waiting. Gets the kill onto the Tracer. Now with a flashbang right onto the Ana.
Yeah, not able to finish off that kill though. We'll see if his teammates can do it for him. Dohyun staying on the side. The emergency Ana comes in. or emergency diva rather, comes in. Does not last long though. Doyen really making this work, and I think BK Stars should be able to grind this one out. Kind of starting to look that way. Burner not able to heal. Dunce, or what? It happened. Dance throwing the bomb on top of the payload doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, Bunny gets a couple kills, and BK Stars finishing Numbani.
Yeah, slept the last target to try and get onto the payload, so they are able just to jam it through and pick up a decent time.
And that puts Kongdoo Unsi in a bit of an awkward spot. You know, they came into this tournament again as a team with a lot of experience, a team that did well in online events despite the fact they were playing on like 180 ping from Korea, and now they could be on the verge of losing their first match here on Apex.
Absolutely, and so we are going to see that minute 52 left over for BK Stars. That's enough time for 3 or 4 pushes on that first point, depending. And taking a look at the honor right here, just
There were some really nice
snipes. Nice sleep. The sleep at the end was really good from Twilight. Gets that sleep snipes. Whatever.
Sleep snipe into the slap.
이렇게 놀고 있을 때가 아니야.
You know, Grandma says it's time to take a nap, though. It's hard to argue with her. She usually has power in those situations.
Yeah, absolute power in this case.
Like, but He-Man comes on at 3. Like, you need to sleep or you're going to be cranky for dinner. Okay. Get up and you watch He-Man anyway.
BK Stars actually just going for the same comp on defense. Feeling confident in their ability to run it, and why not?
Yeah.
It's just Buddy and Burner on Tracer and Zarya every single time. Kongdoo
See, look at that. I'm convinced May is not concerned about the environment now because she's literally throwing water away. She's putting water into a trash can. Come on, May. We see you for the fraud you really are.
That's just annoying when they have to change that trash can.
I
They
must
have
know
a
the
bunch
water.
of liquid in it.
What a
I feel
jerk.
bad for the embodied janitors.
Yeah, no
Oh, nice,
kidding.
nice first shot there.
Yeah, a good headshot from the icicle.
Sadly, not onto the Tracer.
Kongdoo is going to try to push this one aggressively. They see BK Stars up on that second floor.
Wow, they actually
Somebody
all
needs
went
to
into
jump
the
down.
below hallway right there. You almost never see that.
I like it. Bunny, gets grabbed, gets taken out by Dance, and that's going to be a really good start for Uncia. Greg Earthshatter comes in, though. Where's the follow-up? BK Stars trying to hold this as best they can, but Uncia putting together what could be a successful push, but now that Burner has anything to say about it. Dohyun doesn't hit the flashbang. Manages to get some kills, though. That Reinhardt's just a bit too low. Desperation mode. Oh, he lives with like 0 health left. How did he get out of that one? Anchor manages to survive there.
Dohyun sort of messing up right there with the
guess.
flashbang, though, and then
Yeah.
getting awfully close. So there's going to be a hold there for BK Stars, or for Uncia.
Push number 2 incoming. They're going to send the boosted Reinhardt, I believe, into the back lines. We'll see if anybody comes out alive. See ya though, Dohyun, he gets taken down. Bunny looking for an opportunity with that pulse grenade. A lot of kills coming for BK Stars already. They're holding pretty well. That's a great holdout actually from BK Stars, and that's going to be complete reset. And the ults looking okay, but not fantastic for Kongdoo Uncia right now, whereas on the BK Stars side, they've got a lot of good stuff to work with. Big Bang, always a threat. And with the way Kongdoo Uncia has been approaching this point, they
I don't
need
know
to
why
change
they
up
keep
their
going
strategy.
underneath. Like, they're just going to get styled on by the Zarya ult if they try that all as a unit again.
Right, so yeah, now they're coming from they knew they needed to do something different.
much better.
They've got the Winston now. Winston's going to go right up on the second floor. They're going to use Gravitron Surge ready. There's a big bang! Oh, but it'll be a small bang. Does some damage, but will it be enough? Anchor does manage to pick up a kill. Kills on each side. Burner takes one. They're all trapped in the Graviton Surge, but no real follow-up. Bunny still managed to stay out of that. You just cannot CC this guy.
They just have it. They have to land those hooks, right? But they
Yeah.
switched off the Roadhog there. It was successful on the first push, but now on the Winston instead, hoping just to sort of AoE him with the Tesla gun.
Well, they're still going for the 3 tank. They're just not using that Reinhardt anymore.
And also switching up to May, which I agree with. It hasn't been effective when they've been trying to rush that point. BK Stars have been able just to get the AoE down, and they're going to start and open up actually with the nano boost right now, right onto Fatal.
Wow, he's going to be so low already when the sound barrier puts that shield on. Doyen getting low behind lines. He's going to be in trouble as a nano boost, and Winston comes in from the top. Panker trying to take this point for his team. He's low, but he's staying alive enough to do work, and he's got that Primal Rage just in case. And with Burner getting the kills, maybe they're going to hold. Yeah, it looks like it will be. Primal Rage saved by Panker. He knew that push wasn't going to work. And again, you know, Bunny coming in, getting the kills on the Tracer. They just can't do anything about this Tracer.
No, they have not effectively neutralized it whatsoever. We see Bunny playing with the levels, the elevation a lot, playing in the back halls.
Yeah.
And sort of coming out to clean up these fights. He's not the one who's trying to harass like we normally would see a Tracer do onto the back line. He's kind of there after the AoE is already gone, after the cooldowns have been used, and playing Janitor here on Numbani instead.
This is it, man. This is the push they need to make work, and it's a good start by Birdring getting the kill onto Alarm. Meanwhile, Burner has that Graviton Surge. He's going to use it. Will it be the big bang? Not quite. Bunny doesn't have the ultimate just yet, but they're still going to pick up some of the kills. Burner dives in. He's got the shield. Kongdoo losing 3 already. Kills in favor of BK Stars. And even with that hook on the Road Dogg, it looks like it may just be enough. I don't know. Sound barrier may give them a new lease on life here. The Diva coming in for BK Stars to try to hold this. They've got their own sound barrier, and that should be enough to hold this point. Man, and Bunny is my MVP for this match. That is for sure.
Well, coming
it's
back
not over
in.
quite yet. Let's see, actually gets another chance at this, I guess. We're in overtime, so it's still going to be hard to push as far. Birdring actually destroys the mech. He's got that whole hog of Mizu. Nice! Left click onto Bunny. Takes him, and it looks like they may finally get it. They will.
Wow, okay, so just keeping this game rolling for a little longer. 2:30 back on the clock right now. They're going to push forward off of this point. And you know what? Kongdoo has a lot of ultimates to work with right now. Some good charge on their abilities, so perhaps an overcommitment there by BK Stars because their ults are going to reset. They have to switch back off of the Diva now.
The defense did seem a bit lackadaisical at the very end from BK Stars. I think they did kind of...
And they really committed to winning that in overtime. And the problem is that once you do that, you reset your ultimates on every hero that you swap to get back onto that point. So now Burner is sitting, not at very much Zarya charge right now. As a result of that play, so Kongdoo could get a more powerful push here into point 2.
You know, I feel like where Birdring hasn't been getting the hooks all game that he was looking for, now they're finally starting to come in. Graviton Surge used, they're going to go ahead and Nano Boost Dance. See what he can pick up. Gets Flashbang, has to recall out of there. While the Nana, for the Ana. Picking up a couple of kills. Nana too. Somebody's Nana. Dance. Showing that he can make something happen on the Tracer as well. It's a Tracer duel. And Bunny coming out on the losing end of that one.
Yeah, Dance really cleaning this one up. Wow, gets another one on a Twilight. He is just going nuts on the supports right now. Winning the Tracer battle and then picking up another one, and there we go. Not actually going to land much of anything.
That was a bit
onto that pulse bomb. Too much.
They were already going to get that point B. You didn't need to use the pulse bomb right there.
It doesn't really hurt them all that much because he's going to be able to build it up by the time the crowd control ults come in on his team anyway. So you might as well, I think, go for the Hail Mary and try and push the man advantage.
You think so? All right.
Yeah,
the spawn is so close though.
Yeah, I don't know. With the timing of the rest of the ults, I think it was not too bad.
All right, sound barrier used. BK Stars tries to push it back, get some sort of defensive advantage. Bunny finally picks one up onto Birdring. There's a Road Dogg out of the fight. BK Stars looks like they're going to hold for now.
Yeah, they are, but they are definitely going to have a worse time at this stage. BK Stars already eclipsing their mark with a mid at 52, and the clock still ticking. Kongdoo must finish this point if they are going to take this game, and it does look like BK Stars has stabilized a little bit. Bunny's still waiting on the pulse ball. There's the Nano Boost. They're going to go in.
Yeah, that's right. Going to try it. Uncia drops the sound barrier immediately. Earth Shatter used by Panker. We'll see if he's able to get anything out of that. 2 boosted Reinhardts flailing away at each other. But Panker, the one on the point, pushing the payload. Alarm kind of on his own here. Dance finally going down. And Birdring able to clean things up. Gets a couple kills himself. So far, so good, though, for BK Stars. No, it's an even trade, and defenders do have the edge here.
A headshot there by Dohyun at the end to really save that cart push. Got bubbly as well. So Birdring had a good fight, did manage to take out Bunny, but the McCree there just got some free shots in from the long range, managed to find the headshots, and stalls out the cart. So, ult situation not awesome for Kongdoo Uncia. The Big Bang is there again for BK Stars. They execute this, they probably win the game. We'll see how it goes. Watch for Burner, watch for Burner.
He's going to go into that Graviton Surge very soon. As soon as Bunny gets into position, no doubt sneaking around the outside of this fight. Burner going in the back lines. He's going to rocket jump, going to go for it.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Pulse bomb, gets a couple, gets the damage done. Can they hold? He's found Lucid in the back. Got him alone in the building. Not going to get slept. Going to get taken out. Doyen helping out. And a big hold for BK Stars. That could be it. Just 12 seconds to go. Bubbly, he's going to try to sneak it. He's going in from behind.
Oh my, Noah. Speed boost coming in. He's going to stick to it right at the end right here. He gets it, just pushes it forward, but they realize what's going on. He may have gotten a little bit too close. Speed boosting around the cart right now.
I mean, he at least forced overtime. He kept it alive for the moment, but so many kills coming in from BK Stars already. Burner picking up another one. Dance still alive. Doyen's got that Deadeye. Oh, and he gets a flashbang onto Dance. That's going to help them finish off, and that is it. BK Stars taking this best of 5, showing that, yeah, our streamer may not look like the best Overwatch player, but he knows how to put together a team that wins.
Wow, great stuff there. BK Stars, I really admire what Kongdoo tried to do there at the end with Bubbly.
It was sneaky.
It was
a good
sneaky.
try.
That was about all they could do, but hitting that combo at the end with the Zarya and the Tracer, it wasn't the biggest of big bangs that we've seen, but it was just enough to push them over the finish line.
Sometimes you can be satisfied with a medium bang. You know, you get the damage done, your teammates can help finish stuff off. BK Stars with the win. So, interesting results today, actually.
Yeah, Kongdoo, not looking too happy about that one.
Not so much.
Yeah,
A lot of hype around these guys coming into it, and they have not lived up to it so far.
Well, it was a really close series, so.
Just one match, too. I mean, we've got a long season ahead of us.
We got 2 more best of 5s to play. We really went the distance tonight on both of our best of 5s. Each of those matches quite competitive.
It's great, though, man. I feel like we got a lot of good games tonight.
Yeah, we did. That we did, Noah.
Very cool.
So big win there. We are going to move into a winner's interview. We'll see who the chosen one from BK Stars will be.
Yep.
There's Bokim actually showing up in the booth right now.
Yeah, he's in the back there with the glasses, smoothing his hair back, feeling cool.
I love the
Go on
stage
stream.
design here. The logo in the center is so sweet.
Our augmented reality kind of
That's pretty
stats
cool,
and stuff too. It's neat. So we're gonna have Josh with the winner's interview. Josh, of course, one of our Blade and Soul casters here.
DZ Mins.
Easy Mins, yep, that's right. Whatever that means, who knows? Maybe he'll explain it to us later. BK Stars. Good start for these guys.
Great start in Group B. We are going to have our first matches in the other groups coming on Monday. And of course, for those of you probably very interested in the Western scene, it will be the debut of a Western team here in Apex when Reunited plays on Monday. They will play on Monday and Wednesday, actually, followed by Envy on Friday.
A little bit of a tricky schedule for them, but we'll see how they can handle it. They've been in Korea for, well, they'll be about 3 or 4 days now, so hopefully just enough to get over the jet lag.
Yeah, that jet lag is killer, especially when we start so late in the evening.
It certainly is. Although I gotta say, it's easier when you go from east to west for some reason.
Yeah, well,
It is. I don't know why. Let's take a look at some highlights from that match. Obviously, Birdring looking solid early on that Reaper. But in the end, I mean, overall, the stars of this match, you gotta give it to Bunny and Burner. Right here.
I mean, Kongdoo had some unfortunate positioning in some of these maps that did make it rather easy to execute that combo, but you also have to be able to see it if you're the Zarya and the Tracer in order to make it work.
You know, I gotta say, in a lot of tournaments lately, we've been seeing a lot of performances that had some really stellar Roadhog play, and we really didn't see that today from anybody.
True. It's all right. We do have Evermore coming from the...
Yeah, not to mention we'll see Taimu at some point, too.
Yes.
So we'll see some good Roadhogs, yeah.
The good Roadhogs will be coming, no doubt.
And I feel like this is just a Bunny and Burner highlight video for the most part.
Bunny running a clinic on Tracer.
Yep.
Another nice one right there. And I mean, that's not really a highlight. I probably can shoot somebody who's asleep with shotguns too.
No, sorry, that's something only pros can accomplish. So impressive. It was, I'd say our second match was a little bit messier than the first one, but still tight. And what was the deal with all these?
I mean,
all these Deadeyes, man.
It
Reinhardt
looked like it was broken right there, but
I guess. I mean,
good patience.
we've seen so far teams being very good about getting that Reinhardt shield out of the way, because I don't think it was a lot of Reinhardt's messing up. I think it was a lot of teams doing a good job at either moving the Reinhardt, doing it right when the shield goes down,
Or repositioning with a nano boost, speed boost.
Exactly,
McCree,
exactly.
too.
Yeah. Interesting thing to note, because you don't usually see those Deadeyes resulting in a lot of kills. Feel it every moment.
And we're on the last map, just to follow up with the Tracer onto the nano boosted Reinhardt right there, and just really nice on a play right at the very end.
You know, looking onto the Kongdoo Lucia side of things, I feel like Dance is going to be the player to watch. He had some very good fair games today. Seems like a very solid DPS. Definitely stood out to me out of those people on that team.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Birdring didn't have that many, I think, really highlight-worthy plays over the course of this series,
agree.
but Dance showed up, I think, a little bit better.
Yeah. For sure. And so I think we're getting ready for that winner's interview. And we will see what our player from BK Stars has to say. In just a moment, I would imagine. Yep, Josh will be doing the translating for us. Take it away.
All right, welcome back. We are here with the interview.
BK 스타즈가 승리했습니다. 치열한 접전이었던 만큼 멋진 장면들 또한 많이 탄생했는데요. 그 승리팀 MVP 건희 선수 모시고
All right, we are going to have an interview with the MVP Bunny.
오늘 승리하셨습니다. 기분 어떠세요?
You guys won today. What are you feeling?
처음에 적응을 못 하겠더라고요.
At first, it was hard to get accustomed,
힘들었는데
and it was really hard to play.
적응이 돼서
But after a while, we got used to it and got into the flow. And
잘했는데 제가
I feel like our team and I did pretty well towards the end.
그래서 잘했던 것 같아요.
아, 긴장이 풀리면서
네.
더 좋은 성과를 낸 것 같다는.
Yes, as the nervousness went away, you guys had a good performance.
중력 자탄의 펄스 폭탄, 그 궁극기 연계가 굉장히 멋졌습니다.
All of your ultimates were very well timed and very beautiful.
특별히 연습하셨을까요?
Was there any particular practice involved in getting that out of the way?
펄스 폭탄에 카운터가 좀 있어요. 뭐 자리아의 상대 방벽이나 자기 방벽으로 걸어줘서 이제 그거에 펄스 폭탄을 부착하면 이제
All right, so they're talking about Tracer, and there are a lot of counters to Tracer's Pulse Bomb, and for example, Zarya or Reinhardt, etc. And
비트 쓰면은
if you put it onto Lucio, then
딱 떨어져서 상대가
they can also drop the beat and stop the Pulse Bomb. But he calculated it as well as possible to try to get the best outcome, and that was the only thing that they probably practiced the most.
치열한 전략 끝에 준비를 했던 것
Really
같은데
works.
Oh, yeah.
그렇게 특별히 준비를 하게 된 팀워크다든지 팀만의 그런 전략이 어떻게 이루어졌을까요?
Are there any particular team plays that you want to
원래
try out?
온라인 예선하기 전 2일 전에 만들어졌는데
We made this team a year before. We've been close together and
연구할 건 연구하고 고칠 거는 다 고치고 해서
we've done a lot of studying and a lot of practicing and fixing throughout those times. So that's probably the one thing that I would have to say we did.
네, 오늘 이렇게 본인이 MVP로 뽑히셨지만 오늘 나만큼 잘했다. 이 친구도
You were
MVP잖아.
picked as the MVP today, but do you want to give a shout out to anyone on your team?
이제 같이 궁을 연계한 베르나르 선수가
He wants to give a shout out to
가장은 아니고
Bernardo because he
그 선수랑
helped him practice together all the time to try to get that synergy going.
자리아 베르나르 선수
네, 오늘 그 장면 특히 많이 남겨진 것 같습니다. 둘이 원래 좀 사이가 좋으세요?
Are you guys very close? He's like, yeah, we do joke around a lot, and we are very close, yes.
그리고 쟁쟁한 프로팀들을 꺾고 본선 진출에 또 첫 승리까지 따내셨습니다. 어떻게
So you guys got your first win. How are you feeling today?
저는 저희 이제 같이 팀인 보겸이 형이 저희를 잘 이렇게
So he's talking about
메이커도 해주시고
Bogyung Hyung,
잘해주셔서
his teammate, and
저희가
he's talking about how he helped the team spirit and the team get together and bring up the morale.
연습 계속 기대하면서 앞으로도 더 좋은 결과 많이 기대하겠습니다.
Yes, and we are excited to see your future performances as well.
BK 스타즈의 버니 선수와 인터뷰 나눠봤습니다.
And that is the end of the interview with Bunny from BK Stars. We'll go back to you guys, Monty and Doa. Thank you.
All right, thanks for the translating, Josh. And so there you have it, day one of Apex in the bag. Flash Lux taking a 3-2 victory over Rhinos Gaming Titan, and then BK Stars taking a nail-biter over Kongdoo Unsia.
And really, honestly, probably both upsets from what we would have seen coming into the night.
Yeah. I mean, like we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, we're going to learn right along with you guys as far as who are the stars on these teams, what teams are the stars of this tournament, and we have, not a lot of information coming into this about these teams. They haven't played a lot, we just haven't seen them do much.
That's right.
It's fun to find out.
We will be back at you on Monday with some interesting matches, particularly that second one.
Yeah, but first, Combox T6, that's Gamsu's team, in case you were curious, versus Mighty Storm, and then Runaway versus Reunited. So the first clash of Korea versus the rest of the world.
And Runaway is a really interesting team because they were the ones who knocked out Luxury Watch Red, which was thought of as one of the better Korean teams. So they may have some interesting strengths there against Reunited. Will be a real test for them. And I've been excited to see Gamsu, who, after getting cut from Fnatic for League of Legends, came back to Korea and worked his way up all the way into the very tippy top of the Korean ladder. He was at, I think he's at 12th right now, but he was at 6th the other day. Zarya and Reinhardt player, so he's just immediately launched himself from League of Legends directly into the upper echelon of Overwatch players, and we'll see how his coordination is. But Overwatch does, especially with communication, share a lot of crossover with League of Legends. Team fighting, so should be a pretty plug-and-play player for a professional team.
It is still important. It's definitely a different mechanical set of skills to adapt to, and T6 is definitely one of the most interesting teams we have in the tournament because so little is known about them.
Yeah,
They formed right before the qualifiers, so these guys got here without really even having a chance to play together too much.
Yeah, I would say that at least Gamsu switched to a tank role, so less mechanics, more knowledge, and I think that's what he'll bring to the table.
That's true. Well, thanks for watching Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1, Day 1, guys. Again, from Seoul, South Korea, I'm Toa. That's Monte Cristo. We'll be back with you in a couple days on Monday for our next set of matches. From then on, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Korea time, of course. Yep. It's going to be great. Thank you again for watching. And if you're new, here's the part of the broadcast where I kind of try to tell where the Korean commentators are ending the show, but I don't really know. Sometimes I kind of have to fill time like this. You know how it is.
I do know how it is, Don.
Sometimes I make Monty fill a little bit of time.
That's
too.
right. And I just agree with you and then talk about some more, how I'm watching the screen. See, I have an advantage because I can look at you and watch it at the same time, and that's how I know it's over.
Oh, it's over. Bye, guys. We'll see you Monday.